taking that one out of the country list, folks. I'm sorry about that. Let's move on. That's more like it.
truth about themselves to understand what went wrong. I know we can find a way. I know we can find a way. I know we can find a way to stand up, stand up, stand up. And throughout the world today.
Uniting the races with truth instead of dividing them with lies. We're also rebuilding the family by rebuilding the man. I am Jesse Lee Peterson. Good morning. Hi, y'all. Welcome back. Welcome back for those who are back. I know a lot of you are still traveling on your way back home to wherever home is, and maybe some people just not going on vacation because of the heavy traveling. And welcome back. Merry Christmas. Happy New Year. Happy New Year. You can get involved by calling 888-7753-773. Let me see, should I turn my computer on here? 888-77 Jesse. It's not working. Jesse. 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 Amazing. 888-7753-773. All right. I hope you had a fun trip, vacation, wherever you went to, home or whatever. And some people make resolutions for the new year. Did you do that? Did you make a resolution? Like this year, I'm going to do this. I'm going to do that. I'm going to finish this. Or I'm going to start that. It has been known that a lot of people make resolutions that they're going to start working out. They're going to start going to the gym. And so everybody and their mama sign up for the gym. The gym like, wow, these are great times. And then by the middle of the month, second or third month of the year, they dropped out. But the gym still have your money. The gym still have your money. Isn't that amazing? And you signed up with your resolution. Most resolutions, if not all, are never met. And I often wonder why they're never met. Fully met. Maybe there are exceptions to the rule. I've not heard of an exception, but I like to always leave an exception there to the rule. But no one has ever told me or I heard anyone say that someone said or that they knew anyone that at the end of the year they completed their whole entire resolution for the year. Amazing, huh? I don't make those things. I used to make them like years ago, but I realized that they don't work, and so I stopped doing it. No resolution, just one day at a time and see what happens. Amazing. So you can get involved by calling 888-7753-773, 888-77-JESSE. If you're out and about and you're traveling still or you're stuck somewhere or whatever, and you can't listen to the show live, I mean, you can't watch the show live, but you could be listening by calling the listen line on our TalkStream Live at 641-793-1500, 641 793-1500. And to donate and have your comments read out loud, go to buymeacoffee.com/JLP Talk, buymeacoffee.com/JLP Talk, or rebuildingtheman.com, rebuildingtheman.com. All right? So some people ask, what did you do, Jesse, between Christmas and New Year's this day? Well, what most of you know, unless you're new to the show, is that every year we shut down the office and we do replays on the shows. And at the end of the 24th of December, and we don't open up anything until the 2nd of February. And we're back. This is our first day back. And so for me, it was probably, and I've had some amazing times during the vacation, but this was probably the best, I think. And primarily because I did exactly what I wanted to do, and that was nothing. Nothing. I slept in late. I worked out. I slept in. I worked out. I did a little work around the house that I needed, just things I needed to finish up there. But just really that whole week, totally, I did what Jesus did. I went up to the mountain or out into the woods to pray to see what God's will for me. It was so relaxing. It was so nice. And so I turned down all invitations this year, this past holiday, Christmas, New Year's, time off. I just had time to myself. It was amazing. I finally went and visited with family members early yesterday. And I went early so I could get back home early so I could get ready for today. And I don't know if this is happening in your town or not, but in California, it started to get dark around 4 p.m. The sun is going down, and around 5, it's like dark. And then at 6 p.m., it's bedtime. So I try to make it on time for those things. Plus, I didn't want to be driving during the... I didn't want to be driving while the crazies were out. And the crazies tend to come out like on New Year's Day. They tend to go to visit, I guess, start dinner around 3 or 4 in the evening. And the crazies drive crazy. They're high on pot and all kinds of stuff. And speaking of pot, I saw someone that I had not seen in a while. And so we were just talking, hey, how you doing? All is well, what you been up to? Oh, this and that. And I never didn't know what type of work they did. As long as I've been knowing them, I never knew the type of work. So I asked, we were talking about work. I told them we were off and blah, 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 right? So I asked, what type of work do you do? And they said, what's the name, that word they use for selling drugs? Pot.
A drug dealer?
Yeah, but they call it something if you sell pot. It's a fancy name.
Oh, I've heard them called bud tenders.
No. So what's your... Something like that, dispensary or something.
Oh, okay, yeah, like someone that works at a dispensary.
Yeah, and I said, no, I asked them, what was your career? They said, I'm a dispensary or something like that. I'm like, what is that? I'm a dispensary. I'm like, what do you do? What does that mean? I sell pot. I said, what? Your career is that you sell pot? And I couldn't believe it. That was my first time ever hearing anyone say that their career is selling pot. That's what they do for a career. How you tell your mama, I get up every day and go to work and sell pot? I said, you sell pot? I asked. He's like, yeah. I'm like, what the? That's a job? And they said, yeah. So I asked, do you have a pot farm out in Riverside somewhere? And no, I work right here in L.A. I work in this big factory. I work for someone selling pot every day. And they showed me a picture of where they work. It was a big building with a whole lot of pot. And the pot had different names. I'm like, why does it have different names? Well, marijuana is for medical reasons. And different different marijuana things do different things for you. It's medical, it's healthy, it's this. I'm like, what the? Have you ever heard of anyone that get up every day and their job is to go to somebody else's building and sell pot? They're like, I love it. I've been doing this for a long time. I'm like, what the? So I asked, do you get high every day? And they're like, yeah. I'm like, are you high now? No, it was a little earlier, so they weren't high. But I never imagined that one day that selling pot would be called a career. I wonder, do you have to get a degree for that? But anyway, do we have other people out there that has a career called selling pot? Amazing. I remember when pot was illegal, you couldn't do it. If you did, you had to sneak and do it. And now it's a career. I said to him, yeah, the government, they were like, oh, I'm really happy the government legalized pot, right? I said, yeah, and they did it so they can control you, get your vote, and make money from you. Amazing. But that's what's happening in my country, and that's what I did over the weekend. I mean, over the Christmas and the New Year's weekend. What's your favorite thing to do?
Nothing.
But you did something. You went out.
Okay, yeah, I guess I don't get to say that.
What?
I guess I don't get to pretend like I'm a nothing doer.
Right.
Because this past week I did not do nothing.
This is Anchor Baby.
Hey, what's up? Happy New Year, everybody.
So you just stayed home and did nothing?
No, I went to Mexico.
You went home?
Home? Something like that. Home adjacent.
So you went to Mexico?
I did.
How was it?
It was pretty interesting. It was actually really fun.
Were they celebrating Christmas?
They were, in a big way.
Did you see the cartels?
No, but people told me they were everywhere, but also nowhere.
Did you see illegal aliens?
They were in their home country, Jesse. They were not illegal there.
What?
They're in their country. They can't be illegal in Mexico.
But can't you have...
I don't know if I saw any on the way,
Can you have illegal Mexicans in other part of Mexico illegally? Or if they...
You're going to have to repeat that one for me.
Let's say they live in Tijuana.
Yeah.
But they cross over into Jalababa illegally. Would they be considered illegal aliens?
No.
Oh, they
not
wouldn't?
in Mexico, but actually... The cartel doesn't like that, apparently. They don't like Mexicans. They don't like when the Mexicans from one town start moving around. They like to keep their people where they are.
Really?
Yeah, something someone told me.
Why is that?
Something about they can't track certain things, and you'll have like people working from different towns spying on different towns because you have these people fight amongst each other. These cartels.
Of course. Amazing. That's how things work. Anytime there are groups, they fight amongst each other. Mm-hmm. There's a group. Amazing. And so this your first time in Mexico?
Yeah, it was really interesting. It was like a little town of like 10,000 people. Tinguindín.
That's it?
Arriba Tinguindín. Sorry.
That's it?
Yeah.
Amazing. And did you think you were in Fresno?
No, definitely not. This did not look like Fresno.
Did you think you were in Canada?
No, it did not look like I was not in Kansas anymore.
Amazing.
That's for sure.
Well, welcome back. You had a good time and everything, huh?
Yeah, it was good.
Amazing.
Good to be back.
How was the weather down there?
Cold.
Oh, yeah?
Yes, freezing.
Really?
Yeah, I was shocked.
Amazing. Well, welcome back to Anchor Baby.
Hey, actually crossing the border this time.
Did you have to have a passport or anything?
Hey, I have an American passport, so don't be talking mess.
So that's all you need to go in and out of Mexico?
Yes.
Oh, amazing. Did you take your shots?
What shots? I was supposed to take shots?
When you go to a foreign country.
I think I caught illegal alien disease.
Well, welcome back.
Thank you.
Amazing. So welcome back, folks. We got a lot of stuff lined up, and we're going to start announcing it next week, I believe. We're going to have our meeting, so we put everything together, and we're going to start announcing our lineup and everything for 2024. All right? And some good stuff coming up for you as well. I appreciate you. Thank you all for all the amazing goodies you sent us, the gifts, the cards, the donations you made to the organization, and some to me. Thank you all for that. I do appreciate it. It's been overwhelming. And the ladies at Bond who helped bring the food and decorate and do all those good things. Thank you all very much. And the shirt I have on was a gift from one. How old is she? 10 years old? You know the guy that you play, the young guy that attended the church service, he played games with you?
Oh, yeah. You talking about little Layla?
Yeah, Layla.
I think that's her name. Yeah.
Layla gave me
Little
this.
Layla.
How old is Layla?
Something like that, like 10?
Yeah, 10 Layla. I got the shirt on today. Amazing. Thank you, Layla. She is so cute. I appreciate it. And if you missed fellowship yesterday, well, not yesterday, but Sunday, you should podcast it. It was our last one for 2023, so we just did a recount, and it was deep. RebuildingTheMan.com/church. RebuildingTheMan.com. You can podcast. It was amazing. And so this year, we're going to really just work on ourselves. If you want to be free in a mad, mad world, and you can be free in a mad, mad world, you got to work on you. Ain't no way around it. I was talking to someone yesterday, and they were really, happened to be a woman, and she was really into, reading the Bible, into a church, and really, really into it. And she was telling me about that the anger, something like the anger or the wrath of God is happening right now in the world, in our country. That God is angry, and God is punishing people. The earthquakes and people robbing stores and family members turning against family members and friends against family and no love. It's the wrath of God. And so I ask, you think God is angry? Yes. And I'm like, well, where did you get that from? It's in the Bible. It's in the Word. I'm like, where? And she said, the Old Testament. Well, I asked, is it the Old Testament? Like, yeah, the Old Testament. It's amazing to me that there's one Christian out there that believes that God is angry. And that God, that all this mess we see happening in the world today and in our country, I say country first because I put America first. In our country, is that God is causing it to happen because he's angry. That's mind-blowing to me, but we'll do Bible Thought for Thursday and deal with some of that. Also, we have some amazing stuff coming up for you folks. And thanks to you that we're able to do it. Your help has helped us to help others as you're being helped. So thank you very much. But you got to check out, you don't have to, but I highly recommend that you check out RebuildingTheMan.com/church and watch all the service, but especially the last Sunday, the last one of the year. It was major. Major. This Thursday is the first Thursday of the month. It's the first Thursday of the month. And it's the men's forum for 2024. Every first Thursday night of the month is for men only. and third Thursday night for ladies. So first Thursday is here already. Isn't it amazing? Yes, Jesse, that is amazing. We dealt with the biblical question last week, even though we didn't have shows and things like that. I asked people, what is wisdom? You heard wisdom, W-I-S-D-O-M. What is wisdom? And I heard all kinds of things, and some of the things were being quoted from the Word. From the Word. In the beginning, that was the Word. The Word was God. God was the Word, right? And it's true in that language, but wisdom is just consciousness. When I say just consciousness, I don't mean like it's important. It's a big deal. But when you become conscious and stay conscious and practice being conscious till you learn to stay conscious or till your nature is changed into it, you'll be of wisdom. You will be of wisdom. Wisdom is consciousness, the mind of God. And the hardest thing for any human being to do today, except for those who've been really sincerely working on themselves, and now they're coming into it and their nature is now changing, it's hard to stay conscious. Try for one day walking in and out of different rooms at work or wherever you are, getting in and out of your car. Try to do that for one day and see if you can stay conscious. You'll see. Stay present with God. So this year, I hope that you work on yourself even more so and become a free man, a free woman. I asked this person yesterday, did they have perfect peace? They're like, no, I can't have perfect peace. I have peace sometimes, but not perfect peace. I'm like, well, why not perfect peace? Well, you can't have perfect peace. I said, well, Christ came that you might have perfect peace. Well, that was for him. No, I said he came that you might have perfect. No, that was for him. What do you mean that was for him? And I'm like, why don't you have perfect peace? Well, sometimes things come up. Sometimes things cross your mind. Sometimes you can't have. I said, but that's why you're supposed to bring all thoughts into captivity. Your mind is your enemy. And they're like, what are you talking about? All you do is think about the past or the future, right? And when you think about that, you're divided and you're of your father, the devil. Where is that in the Bible? They ask. So I said, well, the Bible said, bring all thoughts into captivity. God's voice is a voiceless voice. And it was a very interesting discussion. So they said they were going to ask their Bible teachers about that and to show them where it is. And their Bible teacher is a female. I rest my case. What a mess. So it was amazing fellowship Sunday. Check it out. And I want to encourage you. Do what you want, of course. Stay in your hell, or you can overcome your hell, because your hell is in you. It ain't outside of you. It's in you. And other people's hell is in them. Your hell is your hell, and their hell is their hell. Your pain and your grief and your sorrow and your fears and doubts and worries and insecurities are yours. They're in you. But you can overcome it, or you can stay in your hell. Really, it's up to you. Have you ever heard, speaking of food, I did eat some dinner for the first time in a long time at my family member's house yesterday. And guess what I had? And I haven't had this in years. I had black-eyed peas with rice. Oh, my God. Meatloaf. Country meatloaf. Down home meatloaf. Meatloaf. And peach cobbler. Wow. Peach cobbler. Homemade country. Mama made peach cobbler. And guess what else I had that I hadn't had in years? I forgot about that you can even eat this thing, right? I had pig feet. You ever had pig feet?
No.
You, Bill?
No.
You never had it?
No.
No, I've had pig ears once.
Oh, yeah?
It was a little too finicky for me.
The pig feet was so good. When I was there, she was cooking, and I could smell the cook. And I didn't want to eat because I had a steak and sweet potato at home that I was going to eat later. But that food was so good. She's like, Punchy, you want something to eat? I'm like, no. She's like, you can have something now. It's ready. I'm like, you twisted my arm. Yes. And she made me an amazing plate. And it was so good. Pig feet. I haven't had pig feet in a long time. So I asked her, do you still make chillin' too? Hog chillin'? She's like, no, I haven't done that because ain't no hogs around. I was like, oh, no pigs around, whatever. But I had pig feet yesterday. It was so good. And she cooked, country cooked, right? And the meat just fell off the bone. I left there stuffed. She like, you want to take a plate home with you? I'm like, no, I don't want to do that. Normally, black people take a plate home. But I didn't want to do that. It was so good. Pig feet. You never had pig feet, Billy? I'm surprised you haven't had any. Your folks are from the country.
They didn't want pig feet. Or
Didn't they come from Alabama somewhere? Your grandparents or somebody?
yeah.
So what?
Yeah. But I mean, no. I mean, my grandmother was out here.
Oh, your grandmother born out here?
Oh yeah.
Oh, and your grandfather from Alabama?
No.
Where was he from?
South Carolina.
Oh, I'm sure they eat pig feet in South Carolina.
But you know what? I think he saw him preparing pig feet at some point, and it.
He's like,
Yeah, exactly.
It can be a turn-off when you're a young person.
He saw the dirty pig foot where it started from.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think it turned him off for life.
He's like, I'm going to California, marry me a woman that don't even know about pig feet.
Please stop. No feet in my food.
So you never had pig feet either?
No, but you know what? I had some soup recently with a cow hoof in it. It's called menudo. Menudo. It's a Mexican dish.
And called doodoo?
It might as well be.
Did you say that?
I gotta say, menudo's not good, y'all.
What the? But it was a delicious meal. And so I was glad that she twisted my arm. It didn't take much at all. And I had some. I did not want to take a plate home because I don't want to get, that stuff, it stays on your stomach. It's hard to sleep with it and everything if you eat it late. But anyway, when I come back, your phone calls, Happy New Year. We are all back. And you're going to be hearing everybody's story, my experts and everybody. And Joel Friday, he's back. He's back. Amazing. Let me take a quick break. When I come back, your phone calls, 888-775-3773. And your super chats. Back in a moment. You can't run from evil within yourself or outside of self. You got to deal with it. And you need good in order to deal with evil. And God is good. You need to return to the Father. And you'll see within you, he will fight the battle for you. And he will fight it without. because he will show you how to deal with it, and you will have no fear. Love God with all your heart, all your soul, all your might, along with nothing else. Nothing else means yourself, your children, your wife, your things, your ego, your reputation, and all that. You can't care about any of that. The children of anger will use it to control you. But if you love God, he will renew your mind, and none of those things will be before him. And so when they go after you, oh, well, you may take my body, you may take my things, but you're not going to take my soul. And that's a true reality. I forgot to tell you that it is Country and Western Tuesday. Yeehaw! Amazing. Happy New Year. We are back. I want to 888-775-3773. I do want to remind you that at 9 a.m., the Hake report coming up. James Hake, White, he's back. I think he went to San Quentin. I'm not sure. He was locked up. But we'll find out for sure. Hake is back from 9 to 11 a.m. Pacific time. And then at 12 noon, Joel Friday TV. At 11, not 12. 11 a.m. Pacific time. Joel Friday TV. And at 12 noon, the American Anchor Baby. The American Anchor Baby at 12 noon. And he had an interesting trip. He went to Mexico. Mexico. From the America to the Mexico.
And back over the border.
And back to the borders. Speaking of that, I'm surprised that America is allowing itself to be attacked by the demonstrators from that support Palestine. That they're allowing these people to protest all over the country and interfere with people trying to travel, trying to get to work, as though the American people have something to do with their mess. And they're just letting these people protest. They tried to shut down at the LA airport there, when you get ready to get off the freeway to go up to the airport. They tried to shut that down. And then I saw this morning where they tried to shut down over there at Washington D.C. airport where people are trying to travel. These people are all in the way. Isn't that amazing? But anyway, 888-7753-773. Let me go to the first-time caller, Joe, out of Illinois. Joe, welcome to the show. You're on the air.
Hey, Jesse, God bless you, man. You are the best, Jesse. I'm doing good. How are you?
All is well, Joe. Thank you, and Happy New Year to you.
Hey, Jesse, Happy New Year to you, too, man. Long-time listener, first-time caller, man. You changed my... I've been thinking about how my whole life I've been having these ideas about women, how their daddy is Satan. My whole life I knew that naturally. Since I was younger, I knew there was something off about women. I've always rejected women telling me what to do. Just so you know, you put the cherry on top for me in 2020 when I found you, and I've been hooked ever since. You are the best, Jesse.
Thank you, man. Did you go and forgive your mother?
Okay, here's the thing. I did. Yes, to answer your question. I always answer your question first. Yes, I did, and I forgave my father for not protecting me.
Nice.
But the thing is, what happens when after you forgive them, you still get into conflict with them, even though I try to hold back the anger, even though I forgave my parents. I don't want to have anger with them. I respect them and I love them. They're my parents. But my dad is still, he puts his tail between his legs in his own house. And sometimes I have to stick up for my own father and speak for him. And then it becomes a whole situation in the household. And then, of course, they blame me where I make the conflict in the house on like yesterday, for instance, on New Year's dinner. After dinner, everybody left. It was just me hanging around. And then things happen, and we get into arguments on a new year, and I don't think that's right. But how do I hold that back is what I also want to ask.
Do you live at home with them?
Absolutely not. I'm a 45-year-old man, Jesse.
So why do you get involved with seeing your mother control him now? Why not just let him go through his own hell, and maybe that will make him start to wake up, take a look at himself?
No, he loves that old hell. He's saturated in it.
I know, that's what I'm wondering. Why do you say anything about it at all then?
I don't know, because that's my father, and I feel like he's the man in the house, and if that was me, I would...
But it's not your responsibility. You're a grown man now, and you're out on your own, and if your father wants to still live under the hell of his wife, that's up to him. You shouldn't get mad at your mother about it or your father. They have chosen to live that way.
Okay, I mean, you ain't lying, Jesse. You're right. It's just maybe he don't need a I guess a life lawyer. He needs to learn on his own, I guess.
Right, you're being a mama to him by trying to protect him from his own hell, and he doesn't want protection from his hell.
Because he's almost 70 years old, so he should know better by now.
Right, and so he loves his hell, and you should just wish them well and go on and continue to work on your life and live your life and let them stay in their hell. God leaves them in their hell until they decide they want to come out of it. He doesn't care.
Yeah, no, I hear you, Jesse, man. I don't want to get involved, and I shouldn't, but sometimes it's ridiculous. My mom thinks she's a man. She doesn't respect my father. It's just, he goes back and forth all the time with her, and it's they're good people. They live together. They don't do anything. They don't really do anything crazy behind each other's backs. They don't do anything like that. But
the whole point is, Joe, you're the problem with them because each individual adult is responsible for him or herself. No one else is except that person.
Man, so, Jesse, that's why you're the best. You're so right, man.
So just leave when you see them. Don't argue with them. Don't try to prove anything. Just leave them in their hell until they decide that they want to seek the truth as to how to overcome, and they will. But if not, let them suffer and die.
Just let me stay in my own peace. Let them do what they got to do, right?
Absolutely.
I got you, Jesse. Oh, man, you're the best. Also, I wanted to tell you that I'm a bud tender, too. I work at a dispensary here in Illinois, my friend. I wanted to tell you.
You say a bartender?
No. I sell marijuana for a living, too. I sell pot.
You sell pot?
Yeah. For a living. It's a career, Jesse.
Are you serious?
I'm so serious, man. I do. I sell it for a living.
You call money. It bud tender?
Yeah, bud. Instead of a bartender, it's a bud because they're like little buds. You know what I mean? So they call.
Wow, how long you been doing that?
3 years now.
Really? And did you have to go to college?
No, sir. You just gotta have no felonies, and you gotta love pot.
And so when you fill out a resume and they want to know what you've been doing for the last 3 years, do you put down bud tender?
No, right now I will in the future when I do apply to other jobs. But before I made a resume, I was in a restaurant business for 30 years, so they liked my people experience. So it's kind of like retail. So they like people who have retail experience more than anything to sell pot.
And so they call it bud tender, B-U-D tender, right?
Correct. You got it, Jesse.
What?
And I live in Chicago, by the way, and every time I go downtown, Jesse, I'm always thinking, what's wrong with the blacks?
What's wrong with the blacks? It's amazing. Well, let me ask one quick thing. So when your parents ask what type of work do you do you tell them you're a bud tender?
No, the proper term, Jesse, is I work in the cannabis industry. Cannabis.
Oh, yeah, that's what that guy said. His career is cannabis work.
Yeah, that's right. I got you, Jesse.
And so do you smoke pot every day?
Yes, I do. I not the actual pot. I smoke the wax. I like the oils. It's more powerful.
It gets you higher?
It does, Jesse. It sure does. I'm about to hit the dab right now, Jesse, as I talk to you.
And so last thing, because you work for them, do you get free pot?
They do. They give free pot all the time, Jesse.
Wow.
Well, it's like a restaurant. When you work in a restaurant, you have to try the food in order to sell it to the customer.
That's why I asked. What a mess. Well, Joe.
What a mess is right.
Happy New Year, man. And so, like, do you smoke the pot even if you don't go to work?
Sometimes it depends if I'm with my kids or something. I'm not trying not to be high if I'm doing stuff with them.
Right.
Like that. But other than that, when I'm on my own, every chance I get, pretty much.
And why do you smoke pot?
I'm not gonna lie. I'm addicted. It's let's be honest here. I would never lie. That's one thing about me. I never lie, not even to myself.
Right on, man.
That's why I cling on to you, because you have the best message in America, 100%, Jesse. Just so you know,
right
you're a
on.
blessing to this country. Honest to God, Jesse, you're a diamond in the rough, man. I tell everybody about you. I tell all my black friends about you to check you out. Sometimes they're like, nah, forget that, you know. And sometimes they like you. So
right
I don't care. I'm passing your message forever, Jesse.
Right on, man. Thank you, Joe, and Happy New Year. Call me again, all right?
I will, Jesse. God bless you. Happy New Year to you too, man.
You too, buddy. Amazing. Can you imagine? Your career is, what do you call it?
Bud tender or cannabis industry.
I'm a cannabis seller. What the? 888-775-3773. Stephen, there's a line open, folks. Stephen is a first-time caller out of New York. Hey, Stephen.
Hey, good morning, good morning. What the?
What the? Happy New Year.
Happy New Year to you, Jesse. I just want to say you are amazing. We love you. I've been doing the work from since I overcame my mother and my grandmother, and I forgive them and got that anger out of me, and I set boundaries. My life has been beautiful for the past year, and I have you to thank for that, Jesse. We love you here in the state of New York, man.
Amazing. And, Stephen, what happened? How did your mother deal with it when you went and forgave her?
It was a little bit emotional. She did not want to take accountability for a lot of the things that transpired. She tried to do a little bit of reverse psychology, but I stood my ground, and I let her know this is what you have done. Even up to today, Jesse, she does not want to take accountability, so I made sure there were boundaries set, and I moved on with my life. I just came back from England, Portugal, Spain, just traveling, and my life has been good.
Right on, man. Right on.
Thankful to you, Jesse.
And did you forgive your father?
Yes, I forgive my father because my father died in 1999.
Oh, okay.
I was about, I think, 7 years old, 7 years old at the time. And I had to forgive him because I felt like his alcoholism robbed me and my sister of the opportunity for me to be the man that I know I had to become, and for allowing me to go through an unnecessary process, if I would say.
Yeah.
If that's the term. So
I understand.
I forgive him.
Well, work on it, Stephen. Stay with it. Stay with working on you. Keep your eyes on you from inside. You haven't seen anything yet. It's amazing. And you will become the man that God intended for you to be. It's going to be amazing.
Thank you so much, Jesse. We love you, man. Have a happy New Year.
Thank you, buddy. Happy New Year to you, and I appreciate it. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much, Jesse.
All right. Bye. You got to forgive, folks. If you got to make a resolution this year, I don't recommend that. But let's say you're into it. One should be, I have to forgive this year. I have to truly forgive Mama, Grandmama, and Grandmama raised you, and Daddy. And that would be the beginning of your wake up. But you got to forgive. You're not going to enter into perfect peace until you forgive. It just ain't going to work. I don't want to lie to you about that. You're not going to be free until you forgive. You got to face Mama. And especially the blacks. They think mama is God and mama is out of control. And you hate mama. Your problem not white people, your problem is mama and grandmama. They are your enemies. And until you forgive your enemy, you will not enter into perfect peace within, right here on earth. Super chat.
Super chat.
Super chat.
Someone bought a coffee. Hey, guys.
So, hey.
Hey.
Welcome back.
Thank you.
And how was your little
My trip?
Christmas?
Oh, my break?
Yeah, your break.
My Christmas vacation, we call it. It was nice. It was fun. I got sick, though, on Thursday.
You what?
I got sick on Thursday.
You know you weak when you get sick on Christmas.
Well, luckily, I didn't get sick on Christmas.
New Year's.
I didn't get sick on New Year's.
Between Christmas and New Year's.
Oh, okay, I'm weak.
No,
I did my best. I was sleeping. I was drinking a lot of water, but I did travel, and I may not have washed my hands quite enough. 10 times as much as I'm supposed to. But yeah, I went to SF. I actually went more close to Oakland.
Ooh.
Yeah, but Berkeley, we'll call it. But Berkeley is a dump, kind of.
It is?
In parts.
It used to be so beautiful.
It's beautiful, but there's a lot of businesses closed down over there, and there's a lot of just homeless bums, white and black.
Wow. Berkeley, for those who don't know, is up there between Oakland and San Francisco.
Yeah.
And it used to be like a white college area kind of a place, right?
Well, they're on what they called winter break, which is secular for Christmas vacation.
Right.
So a lot of the students were gone.
But I'm saying, but
yeah,
like that area was like pretty much that.
Yeah, it's a college town, liberal.
And as a result, it was beautiful and clean and safe, and you just love to visit it.
Yeah.
Visit it. That's gone now?
It's gone. I went to visit to check out the campus and walk in because they have hills and trails and things.
Right.
So I walked around a little bit. But
you walked on the Berkeley campus?
Yep.
Did you have your helmet on?
No helmet.
Did you have your sword?
I was on guard.
Did you have your breastplate?
My breastplate of righteousness.
Right.
Yes. But it wasn't enough to keep me. That's actually the day that I got sick.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah.
So you walked on the Berkeley campus?
Well, I'll tell you what. I was going to have pizza, right? The best pizza in the United States is in the Bay Area in Berkeley area.
Oh, yeah?
Supposedly. But it's vegetarian.
Oh, Billy
According
would love
to Yelp,
that.
it's sorry, New York. And then, before that, though, I'm like, I better have something healthy. So I got this kale salad at the Berkeley, like the most famous coffee shop in around the Berkeley campus.
Right.
I felt bad. I felt sick within hours of that.
Really?
Yep. Terrible.
What a mess.
That's what you get for trying to be healthy.
And that's what you get for going to Berkeley.
True. I should have gone to San Quentin instead.
You were better off.
Yeah, maybe next time.
San Quentin is near Berkeley, and I was for sure that Hake would visit. It wasn't a requirement, but visit San Quentin. I visited San Quentin once. It was amazing.
Nice.
Yeah.
Yeah, next time. Johnny Cash visited San Quentin.
When I become president, everybody that commit a crime, I'm going to put them in San Quentin.
Nice. It'll be as big as, it'll envelop Berkeley and Oakland and San Francisco.
That's right.
It'll just be a huge prison city.
That's right.
NorCal prison. Right on.
Joel said you got to take small doses of unhealthy food to get to a pizza.
Yeah.
Without getting sick.
True.
Super chat.
Someone bought a coffee on buymeacoffee.com/JLP Talk. Hey guys, hope you enjoyed your Christmas.
Thank you.
I've been praying without ceasing and noticing myself kind of making somewhat of a fool out of myself lately. In the past, this has been something I would dwell on and feel pain about, but instead God is helping me through it, and there is no pain. I believe He wants me to overcome this. So glad to be sticking with it. Things are getting better. Thank you. thanking hands emoji.
Right on. Thank you. Stay with it. Stay with it. No matter what, stay with it. Work on you. It's going to be amazing. Thank you.
R.H. Hernandez IV bought 5 coffees. Merry Christmas, Jesse. Santa does exist.
There is a Santa. He does exist, and he's white. Thank you. Merry Christmas.
Someone is now a member on buymeacoffee.com/JLP Talk. Before learning this year about forgiving my mother, father, and self, I would give my mother a gift for Christmas, such as cash. Should I continue that with her? Sister sent a text of what used to be my favorite cake that my mom made every Christmas, and the text said, Mom made this. I didn't go for Christmas, and I believe that text was letting me know something.
Well, I don't know what's up with the tax, but only give if you want to give. Do not do it out of obligation, out of guilt, or any of that stuff. Freely give. If you want to give, do it. If not, don't. All right? And you wouldn't have to. You can't go wrong that way. And thank you. Happy New Year.
Someone bought a coffee. Hey, Jesse, the woman I am dating is great, but
oh Lord,
has major daddy issues. She told me that she wants to cut him out of her life for good, and I can't shake that feeling that it's going to lead to more issues later on. What should I do?
Unless you change her mind about dumping daddy, you should dump her as quickly as you dump daddy, because you're going to have problems. If she hates her father, ain't no way she's going to love you. It ain't in her. She only has hatred. So either she work on herself, or if she doesn't, you got your sign. This ain't the right one for you. I would recommend you dump her. But don't hold it against her. Don't be angry at her. She has a right to live in her hell. And God will leave her in her hell, so why don't you leave her there? But don't resent her and just move on with your life. It's like when you go out on a date, your first date with a woman, and you ask her, if we ever got married, will you obey me? And if she doesn't say yes, you just get up and walk away. Oh, okay, thanks, bye. The signs are all there. It's time to wake up. Don't deceive yourself, all right? Happy New Year.
Canadian David with a Rumble rant during church the other day. Be watchful, want nothing. Who needs New Year's resolutions when the solution is right here with you? Happy New Year, JLP and Bond. Last but not least, you got to know how to rumble.
Amazing. Thank you. Absolute amazing. So this year our theme is want for nothing, right? For the church theme.
Right.
Want for nothing. Think about that. Can you imagine living a life where you literally want for nothing? That's the theme this year for the church service.
Canadian David says,
Thank you.
New Year's resolution, hope I didn't hear Jesse telling a woman to run for office.
Who did I say run for?
Maybe a girl in church the other day.
Oh.
A guy and a gal.
I don't remember. Amazing. Thank you. I don't remember.
And several more coffees we have coming up.
Let me take a break. When I come back, your phone calls, and we're going to finish the super chats and we'll get back to them. I got to take a quick break. Hake is coming in with the Hake news, the first Hake news of 2024. Isn't that amazing? Now, I totally disagree with the way things are going, but you can't be angry, because that's what the enemy wants. He wants to control you. They do things to make you mad so they can control you. It's like being married. And the wife would do things to make you mad, or she'll do things to make you feel good. And men do that to women too when they want something from the woman, especially sex. They'll make her feel good, or they'll make her angry. And the woman's gonna have to say, you don't want to be angry. You want to speak up. You want to disagree with what's going on. It's wrong, but do not be angry. Then you won't have fear. You won't have doubt. You won't have worries. You'll be able to see, but you got to stay away from anger. That's why you must forgive your mothers and your fathers so that you can overcome the spirit of anger. It's a spirit and it's wicked. Nothing good in anger, because it has no love, folks. You need love to defeat evil. And love is not a weakness. It's a strength. It's from God. It's His nature.
A whole lot of mess going on in the world. This is the end of hour 1 of the Jesse Lee Peterson Show. It is Tuesday, Country and Western Tuesday. January 2nd, 2024 AD. Stay tuned for Hour 2. JLP will be right back to your calls and more great stories and the rest of the Super Chats. But first, Hake news, not fake news. New evil laws on the books and in action. According to CNN and the far-left female-run outlet The Skim, states are kicking off 2024, Happy New Year, guys, with new rules, mostly evil rules, on gender. At least 20 states with Republican-controlled legislatures passed bans with restrictions on so-called gender transition care for minors last year. That includes Louisiana and West Virginia. Nice. The beautiful South. Meanwhile, Ohio's governor, Mike DeWine, a Republican, vetoed a ban on so-called gender-affirming care, quite the euphemism, for minors just a few days before the new year. In California, major retailers are now required to have gender-neutral toy aisles. What a mess. And abortion. California now legally protects doctors who ship abortion pills to states criminalizing the procedure of killing babies in the womb. Wow. In Washington, all state-regulated health insurance plans are required to cover abortion costs. What a shame, huh? As Illinois police can't share license plate info with other states that want to penalize women for getting an out-of-state baby-killing procedure called abortion. And guns, the Second Amendment. As of yesterday, Californians cannot carry guns in most public places. And that was a overruling from a judge who said that they could. It was a violation of the Second Amendment. But now they're saying you can violate the Second Amendment in California. Illinois is no longer selling so-called high-powered semi-automatic rifles and so-called high-capacity magazines. Illinois is run by J.B. Pritzker, who's a Democrat. Colorado is joining at least 10 other states banning ghost guns. Ghost guns. In Minnesota, authorities will now be allowed to ask courts temporarily to take away guns from people viewed as a threat to themselves or others without a proper trial or whatever. What a mess, huh? 22 states are raising the minimum wage, cheapening the value of your money, making your money more worthless, with many giving $15 an hour or more for some or all employees. Texas is closing down diversity, equity, and inclusion DEI offices for publicly funded colleges. Meanwhile, Illinois is now banning book bans. J.B. Pritzker has signed it, penalizing libraries that restrict or ban materials because of partisan or doctrinal disapproval. So hopefully some alternative history will be allowed, huh? Maybe. In libraries, they're also allowing drivers to hang things like fuzzy dice from the rear view mirror. They say the far-left females at the Skim say that Congress didn't get much done last year. That's good if true. Israel drama. CNN and the Skim report on Israel's court system. Yesterday, the Israeli so-called Supreme Court narrowly struck down Prime Minister Benjamin Bibi Netanyahu's judicial overhaul law that would have weakened the power of the Supreme Court. The controversial, meaning probably in the right direction, reform would have limited the high court's power by allowing the government to overturn decisions that they deemed extremely unreasonable. The plan triggered mass protests in Israel last year with the liberals, hundreds of thousands of people taking to the streets. The 8 judges who ruled against the law said that the law would cause severe and unprecedented damage to the basic characteristics of the state of Israel as a so-called democratic state. What a mess. Critics of the law welcomed the court's decision. Netanyahu's Likud party called the ruling unfortunate. The decision threatens to reignite tensions amid the ongoing Israel-Hamas war drama. So that's a mess. And speaking of the war, Israel's military announced that they would begin to withdraw thousands of soldiers from Gaza, but said they expect fighting throughout 2024. The announcement showed signs of Israel's gradual shift into a lower intensity phase of the war as the country has faced pressure to reduce the number of civilians.
the truth about themselves to understand what went wrong. I know we can find a way. I know we can find a way. I know we can find a way to stand up, stand up, stand up. And throughout the world today.
Uniting the races with truth instead of dividing them with lies. We're also rebuilding the family by rebuilding the man. Good morning. Welcome back. Happy New Year. I'm Jesse Lee Peterson. You can get involved by calling 888-7753, 773, 888-77-JESSE. It is Country and Western Tuesday. And we are back on a Country and Western Tuesday, first day 2024 show for this year. This is going to be an amazing, wow year. Get ready. It's going to be a bumpy ride. It is election year. And the heat will be turned up in America, especially with the people who want to make America a country, a communist country, and control you. So get ready. It's going to be amazing. Get ready and watch how the Great White Hope deal with things. All right, keep a little space there and watch and learn. You can get involved, 888-7753-773, 888-77-JESSE. I don't have a biblical question yet for this week, hopefully tomorrow. But we dealt with last week on what is wisdom. If you're out and about and just can't sit and watch the show right now, you can podcast anywhere in the world. And we are heard around the world by everybody and their mama. You can be listening to the show on your iPhone or iPad by calling the listen line at 641-793-1500. 641-793-1500. Follow us on social media. On Instagram, and Jesse Lee Peters on Instagram, JLP Talk on X, and everywhere. And to donate, have your comments read out loud, go to buymeacoffee.com/JLP Talk, buymeacoffee.com/JLP Talk, and rebuildingtheman.com. Rebuildingtheman.com, all right? I do appreciate it. I want to finish up the super chats we started with and then get to your phone calls. And we have some amazing news items coming up for you as well. So Hake is here. Super chat.
Morning again. Piotr Robel.
Oh, I guess I should rock the button again.
Super chat.
Piotr Robel bought 5 coffees. Happy New Year, Jesse and the team from UK. Heard by everybody and their mama. Much love and wishing you well. Amazing.
Much love to you as well. Amazing. Thank you very much. Happy New Year.
Rocky the Messy Can bought a coffee. Hi, Grandpa Jesse. He black. Question.
He black.
Do we have 3 spirits that protect us all the time, meaning God's Spirit, the Holy Spirit, and Jesus' Spirit? And when do angels come into the mix? Gracias, amigo.
Well, we definitely have those who have returned to the Father. You have God in you, His Son, Christ, and the Holy Spirit, the teacher. And the angels have been camped about and around us at all times. Everyone has been given an angel to protect you. Amazing. Thank you.
Someone bought 3 coffees. What does Philippians 4:8 means? When I tell my wife about the thoughts, and because she don't want to be looked at a certain way by her family, this is the scripture she uses. 10 years of marriage with a house for 9, and she tells me she's done, and she asked me the question her dad asked me, what would I do if she asked me to leave? I told her I'm not going nowhere. Am I wrong for that?
I ain't going, and you're staying, and you're gonna love me. I'm staying. I don't. What does that mean? A house of 9?
I don't understand that one.
Yeah, I can't respond to the house of 9. I don't know what that means. And what did the scripture say?
Philippians 4:8. Finally, brothers, whatever is true, whatever is honorable, whatever is just, pure, lovely, commendable, excellent, if anything worthy of praise, think on these things. When he tells his wife that thoughts are lies,
right?
She says, "Oh, think on these things."
What a dummy! She's blind. Forgive her. But if it's your home, and again, I don't know because you're not on the line. I can't ask you follow-up questions. But let's say it's your home, and if she asks you to leave, you should tell her to leave. Don't argue with her, though. Don't fight with her. If she touches you, you call the police. But don't fight with her or anything. But if she doesn't want to be with you, she has a right. So just tell her she have to leave. You're not leaving. And tell her father, stay out of your business.
Nice. So
Amazing.
What does Philippians 4:8 mean, is what he asked.
It doesn't mean, like, think on those things. Like, let me just say, because you don't know what's good or what's just or what's right. But when you overcome thoughts and your nature change from evil, which is of the devil, to good, those are the things that you will live. You have the nature of God, it would be amazing. But you don't want to think on anything. Amazing.
Greenwald bought a coffee. True friends return once again.
Amazing.
Nice.
Thank you.
Alan bought 5 coffees. The Great Black Hope! Triple exclamation mark.
Amazing.
Question for you and your experts. Is peanut butter sweet or savory? Emoji.
What does that mean?
You know, sweet is in, like, sugary sweet.
Right.
And savory as in, like, mouth-watering, slightly salty, stuff like that. So I say that it's, since I'm an expert, but it's also for you, too.
But you are an expert. He isn't one of the experts here on JLP Talk.
I say that it's kind of both. It's both.
But I don't know how peanut butter can be savory.
Because it's savory. You savor the peanut butter.
You know, like let it just lay in your mouth for a while? Huh?
Yeah, you can't help it. Unless you're Joel. And then
but savory is like when you drink a nice drink and you just let it.
Yeah, you could savor something.
Savory is like a.
It's just one of the. It's just one of the
pepperoni.
tastes.
Yeah.
What?
It's just one of the flavors in cuisine, as opposed to sweet. There's savory.
But peanut butter is both.
There's spicy,
right?
Sweet.
What?
Savory.
But you can't savor peanut butter.
Yeah, you can.
You let it lay around in your mouth.
No, as you're eating it, you're enjoying it.
George said, "That's not what savor means." Yes, Nick had it right. What'd you say, Nick?
It's just one of the flavors of like food. Savory is just as opposed to sweet. Savory is like rich, meaty.
Yeah, like salty cheese.
Salty, meaty.
I've never heard anybody ask that about
It's one of the 5 flavors of cooking.
What?
Sweet, salty, sour, bitter, and savory.
And so peanut butter is savory?
Is in the savory category of flavors.
Oh, it's not like when you taste something like water or wine or something, and you let it just...
You could do that with anything, I think. If
with
you really
peanut butter?
If you wanted to.
Okay.
If you so choose.
Sean say, my producer, peanut butter is savory. Fake peanut butter is sweet.
Nice.
Thank you, Sean.
Indeed.
And thank you, Joel. You black.
But
thank you.
The best peanut butter is a mixture of real and fake because it's sweet and savory.
But I never thought of peanut butter as being savory.
Do you think of it as sweet?
I just think of it as peanut buttery.
Exactly, because it's savory.
They should add that to the flavors. Peanut
now I'm
buttery.
going to have to pay more attention to it. Thank you. I hadn't thought of it.
Ravender bought 3 coffees. Still at... Wait, did Nick answer?
Am I answering?
Peanut butter. Is it sweet or savory?
It's savory.
Okay.
Savory, y'all. It's umami.
So savor is a flavor?
Yeah.
Yeah, like if you had to categorize it, I'd put it there.
Okay.
Ravender bought 3 coffees, still as the water. Spirit ripples the water, chills down from heaven, light up on the earth.
What?
It was a poem, I think.
Let me hear it again.
Still as the water. Skip a line. Spirit ripples the waters. Skip a line. Chills down from heaven. Last line. Light up on the earth.
And who wrote that? Who sent that?
Ravender
Thank you, Ravender.
with 3 coffees.
I appreciate it. Thank you.
Urinal Chills is a monthly supporter on Rumble. Good morning. How y'all?
You
Hope
gotta
everyone
know that.
had tons of DRT and alpha jerky. Happy New Year.
Amazing. It was amazing. Thank you. Same for you.
Siona Wit Sion bought a coffee. Hi, Jesse. Waving hands emoji, black hand. It's nice to see you.
You too, Sion. Happy New Year. Amazing. I hope you had a good one, good Christmas, and Happy New Year, Sion.
Prep Ham Paul.
Thank you.
Prep Ham Paul says, my mouth was watering with all those delicious homemade meals. And then Jesse said, pig feet. Throw up emoji.
But it was so good. I know I can imagine what you think when you hear it. But if you're country and you know how to cook it right, and believe me, my aunt knows how to cook it. It was delicious, man. Or lady. Is that a guy?
I think that it's a guy.
Thank you.
I assume.
Yeah, but it was delicious. It really was.
Yeah, because his name is Paul.
Thank you, Paul.
Petrek Lewis asked on X. On X, also known as Twitter, hey JLP, what is the kingdom of God? I am supposed to look for it, not sure what I am looking for.
Don't worry about it. Look within. And when you're looking within yourself, you're gonna only look for the not you. You're not your thoughts. You're not your feelings, either good or bad feelings. You're not your fears. You're not your doubts. You're not the loneliness. You're not the worries. You're not those things, and you will know what the kingdom is. When you come to know what is not, then the only thing left is the kingdom. And the kingdom is amazing. And it's inside of you. It's totally there. It is 100% there. It's above too, but it's inside of you. So look at the not you. Start with letting the thoughts pass. Forgive your mama, your daddy, so you can enter in. All right? Amazing. And do the prayer.
See you in a way.
Rebuildingtheman.com/prayer, right?
Yep.
Rebuildingtheman.com/prayer or silentprayer.video. And you'll see it.
Sion bought a coffee. Jesse, no pork feet. Footprints emojis. Ew. But you so funny telling it. How did you chew? Like your aunt?
It wasn't pork feet, it was pig feet.
Isn't pork pig?
What?
Isn't pork pig? Why is he laughing?
What?
Nothing. That's not a joke. That's true.
Oh, well, when you're eating it, it doesn't taste like pork. It tastes like pig feet.
Whoa.
Thank you, Sion.
The Key bought 5 coffees. Jesse, did you hear how Galvin Newsom is being the trailblazer, quote unquote, for bankrupting California taxpayers with free health care for illegal migrants? What a mess! Triple exclamation mark. Stand up! Triple exclamation mark.
I was not aware of that, but I am not surprised. It's all for the votes, and they don't care about the workers at all. It's about self. There's no love in my country anymore. Amazing. Thank you.
Jeff Hanselman bought a coffee. Hey, Happy New Year, gentlemen. 7 days without JLP and crew make 1 week. WEAK. Amazing.
Well, you're back on track now, all right? Thank you.
And shout out to Games for Rec, Kid Combo 1.0, and Zealous Hermit and the rest, and Wolf336 for the lemons and ice creams. Thank you guys on D Live.
Thank you all very much.
And that's all for now.
Amazing. Amazing. Happy New Year. Thank you very much. And see, pig feet are not pork. They're pig feet. Bacon is pork. Right? Is it bacon pork?
Yeah.
Huh?
Yeah.
You ever had pig feet?
No.
You never had pig feet?
I was given pig feet, but I didn't eat it.
And you threw
it away.
Oh, you did?
Yep.
What the? He didn't eat it. He gave it away. What the? We're going to get to all your calls. 888-7753-773. Ron out of Texas. Happy New Year, Ron. You're on the air.
Hey, Uncle Jesse. How's it going?
All this well, Ron. Happy New Year.
Thank you. Hey, I'm going by my full name, Ron Ducey, if you don't mind.
Why you want to put your full name out there? I wouldn't do that if I were you.
Well, that's no big deal.
No, it's not good. Just put your first name. That's enough.
Okay, Ron Ducey. But anyway, you can...
Bye, Ron. Let me go to Willie. A first-time call out. He's up to something else. Willie, a first-time call out of Mississippi. Willie, welcome to the show. You're on the air.
Thank you so much, Jesse. Happy New Year, my guy.
Thank you, Willie. Happy New Year. I had to hang up on Ron. I told him not to do it. He did it again anyway. He's up to something sneaky.
Yeah, he sounded like he was trying to promote something.
Yes, absolutely.
Yes. Well, look, I just wanted to call you, man. Like I said, I'm from Jackson, Mississippi. I've been listening to you now probably about 3 months now.
Uh-huh.
And it just seemed like my life has taken a pretty good change. I can tell by how what can I say, like with my relationships and with other people and stuff like that, how I'm kind of just seem like I'm kind of just breaking off from everybody, and I'm not trying to do it.
Yes.
It just seems like it's just happening.
Yes.
You know? And I'm starting to see things just so differently now. I used to think I was being judgmental at times, but now I'm starting to see that, it's just that the relationship, I guess, that I have with God, I guess God wouldn't want me around certain things. I was, supposed to think a certain way. I try to keep, by me listening to you, I most definitely try to keep my mind clear of a lot of thoughts and stuff. But sometimes it's kind of hard, especially let's say with my relationship, me and my fiancé, we might have a little turbulence here and there. And I was, just want to ask you, is that kind of, in a relationship, do you supposed to have a little turbulence here and there? Just not crazy stuff all the time, but every now and then a little turbulence. Is that, would that be a bad thing? Or,
I can honestly promise you, without a doubt at all, you're not supposed to have turbulence in any relationships at all. Either they happen naturally or they don't happen at all. And when you're having turbulence in them, you're trying to make something happen. And anytime you try to make something happen, it's never going to work out, especially a relationship.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
It should happen naturally without trying to force it. And then this change that you're having with your relationship of the world, that is God causing you to be in the world but not of it. He's changing it. And if you continue to allow that to happen, you're going to have you're going to have perfect peace right here on earth. And all the hell will be going on inside of other people. They will be fighting one another, fighting with themselves, jealous, envy, and strife, and worry, and fear, and all that. And you would not be a part of it. And the beauty is God is changing you. You're not trying to change yourself, because we can't change ourselves. No one can change themselves, right? And so just continue to do the silent prayer and allow that to happen.
Okay.
You're going to find that boring conversation you used to have with people, you can't even believe he used to sit around and talk about nothing, just literally nothing.
Right. You're sure right. You're sure right. Because I'm talking about like now, like the conversations that I used to have with my friends. Now I don't even want to. I mean, I'll be like, oh my God, what are we even talking about?
I know. Oh God.
Yes, indeed. I know.
But God, He's changing. He's renewing your mind. He's giving you a clearer mind. He's changing your heart from anger to perfect love. He's changing your nature. By changing your mind, He's changing your nature from an evil nature, which is of the devil. And everyone that has anger has that nature. And He's changing that by changing your mind and renewing your mind. And now you're going to be living from His nature, which is perfect love. It's just going to get amazing for you, Willie.
Sounds great. I love the way that sounds. Yes, indeed.
Yeah.
Well, I tell you what, Jesse, I was just calling, just to drop a line to you, and I am so gracious I got to speak with you. Man, you're like, I know I shouldn't be putting you on such a big pedestal. It's that you say about God, but still, I love you, man. You're great, man. I just want to let you know you're one of the best black men in the world. You're doing a great job for the world, and I really appreciate it.
I appreciate it. Well, before you run, can you give me an example of the kind of disagreement that you can put out? And don't put all your personal business, but can you give me an example of what's happening with you and your fiancé?
Yes, well, maybe I'll tell you, going out sometime, just I like to kind of sit still,
Yeah.
And sometimes, I go out a little bit with her or whatever, but it just seems like, just the people that would be around or whatever, I don't know, it just seems like I'm just not connecting with them.
Absolutely. Yep.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Is she willing to obey you?
Well, she says she obeys me, and to be honest, really to be honest, she's a great woman, and she does obey me.
Nice.
And like I said, sometimes we might have a little turbulence. You say we shouldn't, but it's really not, just over anything crazy over money or people messing around or anything. It's just sometimes, just be like, come on, baby, can we just sit home tonight?
Right.
But we do, we have a great relationship. We are friends, we talk.
Right on.
And,
just never argue. No more. You can make your statement, no, yes, answer the question, but no argument. And I'm telling you, man, it's going to be paradise on earth. Don't try to make anything happen. Only practical thing. You build your house, you buy your food. But other than that, relationships either work naturally or they don't work at all. Don't put any effort into making a relationship. Work. It would never work.
Yes, sir.
Amazing, Willie.
Yes, indeed. Thank you so much. Yes, amazing that I got to talk to Jesse Lee Peterson. Yes, sir.
Happy New Year to you, man. Call me again.
Okay, I will. And Happy New Year. And I tell Hake, I said, he's doing a great job also.
Now, HakeReport.com. I will.
Yes, okay.
Thank you, man.
All right.
Thank you. Don't make. You can't make if you can't change your own life, how are you going to change somebody else? How you going to make them be what you want them to be when you can't even make yourself be what you want to be? Think about that. You've been lied to when they told you that you should put effort into making a relationship work. I've heard about all my life. I heard people, oh, you need to put some effort into it. No, you don't. That's a lie. Either the relationship, the man and the woman want it to work or they don't. And if you try to put effort into it, you're going to be fighting all your life with them. Amazing, huh? You've been lied to. The world, your parents, your so-called friends. your degree, people with degrees, which are the dumb people, right? They lied to you about that. You can't change yourself. How is it that you can change someone else to make a relationship work? Either it's going to work or it doesn't. Amazing. 888-775-3773. Let me go to Brian out of North Carolina. Brian, welcome to the show. You're on the air.
Thanks, Jesse. How are you?
All is well. Happy New Year, Brian.
Hey, Happy New Year to you too, friend. And Merry Christmas. I don't know if I got the chance to tell you, but Merry Christmas.
Merry Christmas. Happy New Year. Thank you.
Thank you. And I called. I wanted to thank you again for another great year of guidance and being an example. I watch the show a lot, and it really helps me look at myself while watching other people.
Right on.
And I appreciate that.
You're welcome, Brian. Stay with it. Stay with it. Stay with it. Stay with it.
I will, sir. Yes, sir. I wanted to. You talked at you asked a bunch of people at service what they learned this year.
Oh yeah, last Sunday.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
And I wanted to share what I learned.
Okay.
I learned a lot of things, but one main thing I learned was through work. You really helped me see how work is supposed to go and how it's supposed to be done, as opposed to what I used to think it was.
Yeah.
And you really helped me see how when you're nothing, when you become nothing or learn that you are nothing, the world doesn't know what to do with you.
Yes.
And
absolutely, man.
And it's amazing because I'm left alone, really, when it comes to the world. And I'm left to get back to doing what I need to be doing instead of picking a side or trying to be something or whatever it is, whatever idea that I could think of, not just at work, but in life, but especially at work. That has really helped me, move forward and just do what I need to do and really be acknowledged for what God is doing through me.
Right on, man. That's amazing. Well, if you stay with it, it just get easier, clearer, better. You'll be in the world but not affected by the world, and they won't understand it because evil people will work overtime trying to hurt you because they're miserable, they're evil, but you won't be bothered by it. You'll just live your life. You'll be able to go out and have fun, and when the fun is over, it'll be over. You'll be able to really have your own life. It's going to be amazing.
It already is, Jesse, but I believe you. And I wanted to also tell you, you mentioned that you had some peach cobbler over the holiday. I love me some peach cobbler too, Jesse. And am I able to give a shout out?
Well, to a person?
Yes, sir.
Law is just first name.
Kaya from Texas, North Carolina.
Kaya, Happy New Year.
Yeah, I want to give a shout out to Kaya, man. Kaya did. She cooked for we shared the holiday together this year, and she made a dessert, peach cobbler and peach cobbler and bacon cupcakes. Jesse, when I tell you, man, you ain't never had nothing like this.
Peach cobbler and bacon cupcake.
Yes, sir.
Sweet and savory.
I can taste it now.
Oh my goodness, it was so amazing. I think I got diabetes now.
Is she gonna send us some?
Well, maybe she'll hear this and she'll call in and get the address going, because you definitely got to send y'all some so y'all can try them out.
So it was delicious.
It was amazing.
Peach cobbler and bacon cupcake. I've never heard of bacon cupcakes.
Oh my goodness!
But I like sweet and sour and different flavors at the same time. Anyway, whenever I have my family member, she put my peach cobbler, the pig feet, and the other meatloaf, all on the same plate. She's like, I know you like it all together. Hold on, buddy. Hold on. Let me take counseling service, and I have to admit, thanks to God, it is the best counseling service on this side of heaven. I counsel with men and women, families, individuals around the world. Most people are unhappy, they're miserable, They have rough lives. They're depressed, suicidal, young and old, of all races. I understand. I know why, and I do understand it. Because exactly what's happening in me is happening with everybody outside of me, inside of them. And I've noticed that with those who really, really, really want to understand, they overcome it just like that, out of one counseling session. If you need counseling, you can go to rebuildingaman.com or call 800-411-2663. 800-411-BOND. Best counseling service on this side of heaven. Country and Western Tuesday. 888-7753-773. 888-77-JESSE. Announcements. The men's forum, the first one this year is this Thursday. If the Lord is willing and the creek don't rise. And after my show, as usual, the Hake. The Hake, H-A-K-E report.com from 9 to 11 a.m. Pacific time. The Hake report.com. And then at 12 noon, JLP Friday TV. We have some amazing announcement coming up about that as well, but it's not quite ready. It'll be ready next week, I hope. The JLP Friday TV at 11 a.m. today, every Tuesday. For now. It's amazing. The JLP Friday TV. And then at 12 noon, the American Anchor Baby. The American Anchor Baby. You can't hide.
You committed genocide.
The American Anchor Baby. At 12 noon Pacific time, all right? You don't want to miss it. And 888-7753-773. Let me go quickly back to Brian. Shout out to Kyle. Brian.
Yes, sir.
Okay. What?
That was my bad. He's on now.
Okay. I can hear you now. Go ahead.
All right. You told me to hold over. I'm not sure what.
Oh. I just ran out of time. Hopefully Kyle is listening to us. And she's going to send us some, at some point. Don't worry about it, not now. But I never had bacon burger.
Bacon burger, now it's bacon peach cobbler.
Bacon peach.
Cupcake.
Bacon cupcake. What? No, it sounds good, though.
No, it was so good, man. It's like a cupcake, but the filling was peach cobbler, and she cooked all of it in some sort of bacon concoction, and then she added a little piece of bacon on top with a little piece of cobbler for decoration. It was real nice.
Well, when she sent me one, I am going Muck-Bang on that. Have you ever heard of Muck-Bang?
No, what does that mean? Oh, Muck-Bang, you talking about
I'm going Muck-Bang on her.
You don't look like the cows when they eating the cabbage.
Let me show the people what Muck-Bang is. Hold on. This is from Questo. I don't know what that is. This soundbite we're about to play. Let me go ask Sean.
It's from Q Studio.
That's what that is? Is Sean out there? Custodio.
Oh, Custodio. My bad.
He black. he Mexican. You got to ask a white man when you don't know what the word is.
That's right.
I'm just jumping in like a Mexican.
For those who don't know what a Muck-Bang is, and I had not heard of it until my producer introduced it to me, in simple terms, it is a live stream video where viewers watch the host eat. Muck-Bang is characterized by the banquet-sized portion consumed during the streaming. Watch this compilation, folks. Hold on, Brian.
Muckbangs. Even if you haven't witnessed one, you probably recognize the name. There are videos showing their creators eating an insane amount of food while they talk to the camera about their problems or whatever else is on their mind.
When you eat like that, you ain't got that on your mind.
So it's all Asian?
It's all like it. Have you heard of that, Brian?
Oh yeah, all I'm seeing, I'm in my imagination right now is just your face smacking on some peach cobbler.
Oh, you weren't able to see it, huh?
No, I'm on the phone. I can't see it.
Oh,
he can hear it.
I can hear his lips smacking.
That's how I was when I was eating the pig feet.
I love pig feet, by the way. Pig feet is delicious.
It was so good, Brian.
And
thank
pickled
you.
eggs.
Thank you for your call, man, and Happy New Year.
Thank you, Jesse. Happy New Year to everyone up there as well. I wish y'all well.
You too, buddy. Amazing.
Take care.
Thank you. Had you heard of Muck-Bang before?
I have. I've heard of the word, and I know it's like this whole thing.
Here's a little history about, or the story of one Muck-Bang YouTuber. This from Insider. Since 2016, Nicholas Perry's consumption of entire fast food menu has captured the attention of YouTube. Watch this from Sunny V2 and The Petty Show.
My first ever mukbang.
Nikocado Avocado's real name is Nicholas Perry. Growing up, he learned of his adoption at a young age and struggled to make sense of it. This led to him bouncing between therapists and prescribed antidepressants all before he turned 7. Along the way, Nikocado Avocado came to terms with his preferences and came out as gay in his teens.
As mukbangs became the dominant video type on his channel, his weight would begin to steadily increase. And Nikocado Avocado began to eat more and more in every single video posted to the channel.
So without further ado, let's make some mac and cheese. Bye.
My weight's been spiraling. Life is a disaster.
There's no cure.
Yada, 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 yada. When I started mukbangs, I was 150 pounds, maybe 160. Can't really remember.
His platform only increased. More and more people began tuning in to see this train wreck. Eventually, you get the vibe from watching these videos that he's not really doing well. In September 2021, he announced that he had fractured one of his ribs while sneezing and now weighs close to 400 pounds.
Wow.
What the?
I'm glad you're getting a taste of this guy because I feel like we've been watching him for a while, and it's time you know of this trauma.
That is amazing. He just went from one trauma to another one. He got fat.
Big time.
Right on TV, on YouTube, wherever. Somebody should have told him that eating is not the way out. Food is not the answer to spiritual issues. Food is not the solution to anger. His face got fat, big old cheek, fat cheek. Wow, right in front of the world. What a mess. Maybe he had not heard of Alan Watts. Or maybe he had not heard of the kingdom of heaven. Or maybe he had not heard that in order to live, you must die. The old nature has to die in order to live. You can't feed it anything. You must let that old nature, spiritual nature, which is of the devil, die. There's no way around it. Somebody should have told this guy. What the Nicholas Perry? Poor Nicholas Perry. Don't blame him. Well, somebody need to find him and let him know he can't eat his way out of this. He can't Muck-Bang out of this. He must be born again. He must die in order to live. Spiritual death. Not physical, but spiritual death. Here's what AlanWatts.org has to say about it. Alan Watts asked, this is so deep, pay attention.
I wonder what you would do.
This is one moment I want you to...
My bad, sorry.
One moment I want you to pay attention. All right? Alan Watts asked, what should you do if every night... No, what would you do if every night you should dream in a dream you wanted to dream? Watch this from the Journal of Purpose. This is deep. Watch this.
I wonder what you would do if you had the power to dream at night any dream you wanted to dream. You would, I suppose, start out by fulfilling all your wishes. Love affairs, banquets, dancing girls, wonderful journeys. And then after a couple of months, you would be getting a little taste for something different. And you would move over to an adventurous dimension where there were certain dangers involved and the thrill of dealing with dangers. And after you'd done that for some time, you'd think up a new wrinkle to forget that you were dreaming, so that you would think it was all for real. What could you take? What dimension of being lost, of abandonment of your power, what dimension of that could you stand? You could ask yourself this because you know you'd eventually wake up. And finally, you would dream where you are now. You would dream the dream of living the life that you are actually living today, of playing that you weren't God.
That is deep. That is like mind-blowing, hallelujah deep. That's so good. Alan Watts. It reminded me of over the weekend, or sometime last week, I was watching those old, what are those movies called, Sean? Twilight Zones, right? And that was this man in the Twilight Zone that was like really tripping. His life was not working well. So he went into the Twilight Zone. And in the Twilight Zone, things, long story short, this guy blew a horn. He was a saxophone player, or whatever you call that. And when he were, before he went into the Twilight Zone, he was hit by a car. And he had been complaining that the only time that he felt peace and happiness was when he was playing his trumpet. And so he would like go to a bar, he would get drunk, he would have all these things happening, but they didn't bring him peace. But when he would get drunk, he would play his trumpet, and he would be at perfect peace. And so one day, long story short, he got hit by a car and was killed. And he went into the Twilight Zone. And in the Twilight Zone, he met up with a guy, and this guy was asking, well, what is wrong? What's going on? And he told him how miserable his life was, and he didn't have peace unless he was playing his trumpet. And so the man in the Twilight Zone explained to him about life and the way it really should be. And he encouraged him to, hey, go back and play your trumpet now that you understand. And it made so much sense to the guy. He's like, okay, I'm going back and play my trumpet in the right way. I now understand. He was able to see. And so he asked this man, well, why is it that everybody don't see what I see right now? Why the rest of the people in the world can't see what I see? And he said, because they're dead. They're dead and don't know it. They're blind and can't see. They're dead. He's like, well, they're walking around, blah, blah, blah. No, but they're dead. But now you can see. And the guy was so happy, so he wanted to go back and play his trumpet. He had insight, right? And so the guy said, okay, go back and play your trumpet. And so the guy was asking the guy in the Twilight Zone, who are you? As he was walking away. Who are you? He like, well, my name is Gabe. He like, what do you mean, Gabe? He like, Gabriel. You know the angel Gabriel, right? And it was an amazing story. It reminded me of Alan Watts' story about if you could dream. In a dream, you wanted to dream. Most people, they would dream about dead things. The things they would dream about would be nothing but death and not life. And they would call it good, and it would never bring them peace, and they would have to have more death. It's time to wake up, for you are asleep. Anyone that has anger is dead, and you call it life. Amazing. You call it life, but it's death. Can we do the Alan Watts one more time from alanwatts.org? The Journal of Purpose. Watch this.
I wonder what you would do if you had the power to dream at night any dream you wanted to dream. You would, I suppose, start out by fulfilling all your wishes. Love affairs, banquets, dancing girls, wonderful journeys. And then after a couple of months, you would be getting a little taste for something different. And you would move over to an adventurous dimension where there were certain dangers involved and the thrill of dealing with dangers. And after you'd done that for some time, you'd think up a new wrinkle to forget that you were dreaming, so that you would think it was all for real. What could you take? What dimension of being lost, of abandonment of your power, what dimension of that could you stand? You could ask yourself this because you know you'd eventually wake up. And finally, you would dream where you are now. You would dream the dream of living the life that you are actually living today, of playing that you weren't God.
Amazing. Wake up, folks. You are asleep. You are sleeping. All the things you think you want is death. It's not life. In your sleep, you're having the wrong dreams. Your eyes are open, but you're asleep. Jerry is out of Georgia. Georgia, on my mind. Jerry, welcome to the show. You're on the air.
What the?
What's
going on, Jesse?
All is well, Jerry. Welcome to the show.
Hey, this is my second time calling. I know never to ask a black man
if he remembers
what we talked about. Question. We talked about I end up having a son and everything, and I plan on getting married. And right now in the financial situation, and I'm living with my girl's in-laws, which I know I'm trying to get out of, and they plan on moving to another state of Arizona. And my girl wants me to move with her, and I told her, no, we're not going to do that. I'm not going to follow your in-laws where they go. We got to do our own thing because we have our own family. We have a son. You know what I'm saying?
Yes.
I'm just asking on. I know it's all up to me on should I marry her, because the thing is she's like really, really attached to her mama. The spirit runs through the woman, so she has a strong hold on her, and I'm a little fearful that we get our own place to move together, and she ups and leaves because get homesick or family sick or things of that nature.
Why are you living with her and her folks?
Ran through a little financial situation. Don't plan on being there long. But I ran it through a financial situation.
Why are you even thinking of getting married in your situation?
Well, honestly, I want to do the right thing. I have a son, and she's willing. We talked and everything. She's understood it. She's like, that she wants to stay. And she hasn't been away from her family. So, it's hard, but it's just about growing up and being an adult. And I was telling her that, we need to do our own thing so you can find your own identity and find out who you are, because you won't. And she hears me and she's understanding. And like I said, I'm not knowing what to do, but I just want her to have a sense of identity. And I don't chase. So I told her, hey, if you want to go and you can't help but live with your mama and your family and you don't want to be an adult, then I said, you do what you do, just leave my son. That's all that really matters to me is my son.
And what she said?
I'm not chasing her, but
what she say to that?
She says, "Well, I'm not leaving my son either." And I say, "Well, if we're both on the same, if we both got the same mindset of not wanting to leave our son, then we need to work this out, because you can't put family over your own family. You can't make your mother your God." Because this is the thing, Jesse. If I follow her, right, which I'm not going to do, because it hurts me inside to even live up under her mom.
Yes.
As a man, spiritually, it kills me inside, Jesse. So I work and work and work because I'm trying to build a home and get a home for my family. But man, it's like I can't stand it. It eats me up every day.
Why don't you get 2 jobs so you can get out of there?
I am. I'm actually, Jesse, I've been working on that now. I'm trying to find another job. So that's definitely my plan. I said I was going to do that to start the new year. But, yeah, that's my plan, is to work a new job and go about my way. But, yeah.
So you have 1 job now, but you can't afford to get an apartment with 1 job?
Well, like I said, I ran into a financial situation. So, yeah, I'm going to slowly look for an apartment, because I was trying to save up for a house and everything. But like I said, I just want to, I didn't know what to do, but she understands. It's just...
Jerry, can you hold for me? Can you hold?
Yes, sir.
Hold on, buddy. Let me take a quick break. Another hour to go. Hake is coming in with the Hake news. Not the fake news, but the hate news. I'll be back in a moment. Another hour to go. 888-7753-773. Back in a moment. Steve, thank you for calling and thanks for holding. How have you been helped by the show?
I'm going to tell you this. I believe you might go down in history as one of the greatest, if not the greatest, black man that ever lived on planet Earth, as far as I'm concerned. I don't know anybody before you that's been that great. Freeing the slaves is one thing, but you've been freeing people of their mind, which matters, it should be anyhow, to you more than anything else, because with the mind not being right, there ain't nothing else going to happen right anyway.
If you can doubt every thought because you're not your thoughts, if you can doubt every thought, knowing that you're not your thoughts, you don't create them, they're not from God, that they're from the deceiver, the great deceiver, Satan. If you can doubt every thought, you can be free, just like that. At an instant. Bring every thought into captivity. It's so amazing.
A whole lot of mess going on in the world. Am I right? I think I'm right. This is the end of hour 2 of the Jesse Lee Peterson Show. It is Tuesday, January 2nd, 2024 AD. JLP will be right back to your calls and more great stories. But first, Hake news, not fake news. Don't get sick. Winter viruses coming. Nonsense Network CNN reports respiratory virus activity is high and rising across the United States as experts stress the importance of vaccinations. During the week ending December 23rd, there were more than 29,000 hospital patients admitted with the China virus. Not necessarily because of the China virus, but with it. 15,000 admitted with the flu and thousands more with respiratory syncytial virus, or RSV, according to data from the scared woman-led, not Christian-led CDC, Centers for Disease Control and Prevention. While the China virus, they call it COVID-19, remains the leading driver of respiratory virus hospitalizations, flu activity is rising rapidly. The CDC estimates there have been more than 7 million illnesses, and 4,500 deaths related to the flu this season. Still, vaccine uptake remains low. Just 19% of adults have gotten the latest China virus vaccine, and less than half have gotten the flu vaccine. Just keep your distance, be healthy, drink a lot of water, wash your hands, stay away from the fellow sick people, you sickos, and get your sleep. And get some sunshine and exercise. Invasion, CNN Commie Nonsense Network reports, hundreds of migrants, they call them, illegals, were dropped off in New Jersey over the weekend to evade New York restrictions aimed at curbing the surge of arrivals in that state. This comes as just 1 week after New York City Mayor Eric Adams issued an order that requires charter bus companies carrying illegals, migrants, to provide manifests of their passengers to New York officials at least 32 hours in advance of their arrival. In recent months, Texas and several other or at least a few other Republican-led states have sent tens of thousands of illegals, so-called asylum seekers, on planes and buses to major cities with Democrat mayors, often with little or no notice. New York City has received more than 14,700 new arrivals within the last month alone. By the way, I heard that over 300,000 illegals were encountered at the border in December. That's what I heard. Anyway, Japan earthquake! CNN and the Skim report, Japan on alert. At least 48 people died after a 7.6 or 7.5 magnitude earthquake hit the west coast of Japan's main island, Honshu, yesterday. The quake sparked concerns of tsunami waves amid a series of at least 35 aftershocks per the U.S. Geological Survey. Of those aftershocks, one was 6.0, pretty high. 12 were 5.0 or above, and 22 were above 4.0. Some seismologists warned that aftershocks could last for months. Thousands have been forced to spend the night at evacuation centers. Officials surveyed the extent of the damage, maybe still surveying it. Rescue crews trying to free people believed to be trapped under the rubble. Roads and buildings damaged, transportation and communications disrupted, more than 45,000 households without power. In a statement, so-called President Sleepy Joe Biden said the U.S. stands ready to provide any necessary assistance. And a Japan plane caught on fire, carrying hundreds of passengers, burst into flames after landing at Tokyo's Haneda Airport early today when it collided with a Coast Guard aircraft involved in earthquake relief efforts. All crew members and passengers, including 8 children under the age of 2, were safely evacuated from the passenger plane, according to the airline. One person at the Coast Guard plane escaped, but 5 people were unaccounted for. So, don't know. Trump is expected to appeal Colorado and Maine ballot decisions today. They're trying to keep him off the primary ballot. I'm James Hake. Now back to JLP, Hour 3.
truth about themselves to understand what went wrong. I know we can find a way. I know we can find a way. I know we can find a way. Stand up. Stand up. Stand up.
Uniting the races with truth instead of dividing them with lies. We're also rebuilding the family by rebuilding the man. I'm Jesse Lee Peterson. Happy New Year. We are back. If you didn't hear the first 2 hours, you hear more about what happened while we were away. But it was an amazing time off. Employees had an amazing time off, the team did. I hope you did too, and that you returned safely. And ready for the year. It's going to be a bumpy ride. It's election year. Ooh. You think you saw hell last year? You ain't seen hell until this year. Get ready. I wish you all well this year. And thank you again for all your support, all the gifts and foods and all kind of stuff you sent us. Thank you. Appreciate it. I have some stuff I'm going to share with you as we move forward. I appreciate all the gifts that you sent me, but I got one gift that blew my mind. I couldn't believe it. I was like, oh my God. It was first over the pig feet. It was delicious. I mean, it was amazing. And I'll be showing that to you as we move forward this week. You can get involved by calling 888-7753-773, 888-77-JESSE. And there is a line open there. Lock Your Door sent me a Merry Christmas Day or Happy New Year. It was an amazing drawing. We're going to show that to you, too. Hake is going to get it over to Nick, and we can show it to you. From Lock Your Door. Lock Your Door! It's Country and Western Tuesday. Yeehaw! The first one for 2024. If you're out and about and you can't watch the show live because you're busy around the world, you can watch, you can podcast, but you could be listening to the show no matter what you're doing at 641 on your iPhone or iPad, 641-793-1500. 641-793-1500. Follow us on all the social media. Y'all know what to do. Rumble.com/Jesse Peterson, Cozy.tv. Hi, y'all. /JLP. JLP Talk on X and Jesse Lee Peterson on Instagram. And to donate and have your comments read out loud, go to buymeacoffee.com/JLP Talk and rebuildingtheman.com or rebuildingtheman.com/store. I mean, rebuildingtheman.com, not store. For to have your comments read out loud. I want to go quickly back to Jerry. So Jerry has some advice about his girlfriend and his situation. Jerry from Georgia. So Jerry, you're living with this girl and her folks, right?
Yes, sir.
And you have a baby by her.
Yes, sir.
And her folks about to move somewhere else, and she want to go with them and want you to go there with them.
Well, yes. She asked me, and I already had told her no, because if I follow them, then that gives your mom control over me, and if I follow them, which I'm not going to do, but if I were to, and I get comfortable, and then what if your mom decides, hey, I want to go move to Mexico? Are we going to just continue to follow your mom everywhere? You know what I'm saying?
Right. And let me just ask, I know you mentioned this. Why don't you just quietly get yourself a second job or whatever? I don't know what the whole situation is, but get yourself an apartment, because living with them is the same as following them to another state.
Right. So I've been kind of working on trying to get another job or trying to manage, because I want to. It's a long story short, Jesse, but I just want to be able to manage to where I can come home and be able to see my son. So right now I'm trying to work on a second job where it works with my schedule. So, and the reason why I haven't gotten an apartment yet is because I've been trying to look for at least a house, because the apartments where I'm at in Georgia are highly expensive. It's the same price as a house. So, but now that it's kind of like getting to me, it's kind of like I want to just go ahead and get an apartment just to get up out of there. But I just want to use just to stay there for like a month or two to save up money to just get me a little 2-bedroom house.
Horrible mistake, Jerry. I will do what you want, of course. The final decision is yours. But I would highly recommend that for now you get yourself. It doesn't have to be anything fancy. Hopefully in a nice little safe neighborhood, because Georgia's pretty bad there, at least Atlanta is. But I would highly recommend your first step is to get out of there, because her mother nor this woman respect you, and that you have moved in like you're the woman and you're living with them. You must not have any excuse to stay there. You must get you a small place or something and start out small and work on yourself, your anger, watching this, all these thoughts and stuff. And you'll grow into it. God will make a way for you. But you got to get out of this now rather than having any excuses to stay there, because neither one of those females respect you.
Right. That's always been my plan. So I mean, like I said, I planned on marriage because that's, the right thing to do. Just a little bit shaky.
How is that the right thing to do?
What? What is that?
To marry her just because you got a baby with her?
No. I'm not married because I have a baby. Because if that's the case, I would have been did that. I mean, I've heard all my family say marry. I haven't did that. But I'm saying in the future, I want to do that. I don't want to be boyfriend and girlfriend forever.
Right.
But I eventually want to do that because I will want my son. I just want to make sure that my girl is on the same page and understand that I don't even want to follow my family everywhere, because you don't have in-laws in your situation in your family. Like, you just don't do that.
That's right. So especially the mama-in-law.
Yeah. So I say, I mean, what is wrong with what you do? Because there's a lot of good women out here that really have a strong connection with their mothers and families.
No such thing.
Well, what I'm saying is, like, they have a connection with their family.
If they connection to their mama, they're no good.
Right. But they're able to still be able to move and leave with their husband and do their thing. So, but her mom, they don't, like, she kind of been babied, and nobody really tells her the truth on life or anything like that. So, I'm kind of in a iffy situation. So hopefully my girl can kind of mature, and if she decides to come with me, then maybe she can kind of see where I'm coming from. Just all I can do is just pray about it and hope that, it doesn't go bad. But I know that she plans on staying with me. She doesn't want to go to Arizona. She wants to stay with me and our son.
Why does she want to stay with you?
Well, I asked her the same thing. I asked her, don't stay with me because my son's staying with me. Stay with me because you absolutely love me and you want to build with me. You know what I'm saying?
And what did she say?
She was just like, she's not really much of a talker, but she wants to stay because she says she loves me. So everything changes.
When you ask her why do you want to stay with me, what does she say?
When I asked her why does she want to stay with me, I don't think I've asked her that in that way.
You should ask her.
Yeah. But I did ask her, like, hey, do you really love me? And I'm like, hey, you can go with your mom. You can go to Arizona. You can do that. But since I have a son, it's just best for my son to be with me because no other man can raise him spiritually. Right. And I don't want nobody else teaching him. So it's not even that. It's just, hey, you can go. And if you decide to leave your family for your family, then that goes to show that you never really love me and you really don't love your son, honestly, because you're putting your family.
So, Jerry, let me ask, because I'm a little confused. Why is her father letting you stay with them in their house?
Beta. Yeah, he's like it's a beta male.
So her father and mother are together, right?
It's her stepdad.
So her stepfather and mother live in the same house that they're letting you stay in?
Yes.
And why is he allowing that?
Beta.
That's for sure. And what a mess.
Yes.
If you didn't have a baby with this woman, would you want to marry her?
If I didn't have a baby, yes. I thought about marrying her before because she's. Like I said, nobody is perfect. She shows, good traits of, she's not trying to compete with me. She's not trying to, she's, has the submissive part down pat. She listens. It's just the family thing. You know what I'm saying? Everything else is pretty cool. It's just a family thing.
But if you didn't have a baby with her, would you want to marry her, at least now?
That's something to think about. I haven't really thought about that.
If you think she would want to marry you if she did not have a baby for you?
Yes. She's asked me to marry her before she was pregnant, but that's, it's all up to me to make that call. But she's, she wants to be married.
How does she feel about the man she wants to marry living in their home, have to rely on a shelter from her family?
I don't know.
You should ask.
Yeah.
So here's what
it's a messy situation.
It's a what?
It's a crazy situation.
But here's what I recommend, Jerry. You calm down and start working on finding your place, and don't let bad credit be an excuse. Don't let anything be in your way, because there's a way to overcome all things, right? And so I recommend you get a second job. You get don't have to say, oh, we trying to buy a house. I'm trying to buy a house with 2 bedrooms and all that. That's a bunch of crap. Get you a place to get out of there so you can become a living example that if you do marry this woman, which really doesn't sound like you should, but if you do marry this woman, I can't even recommend marriage because these people don't respect you, Jerry.
Right.
If they respected you, they would not have allowed you to move in. They feel sorry for you. They don't respect you.
Right. But if she decides to stay with me and we kind of work it out on ourselves, should I consider marrying her in the future if she's willing to say, hey, I'm going to stay with you and we're going to work this out together?
I don't know because I don't know all the detail, but it doesn't sound good.
Yep.
And your whole thing, your primary thing is you don't want her to leave and take your baby with you, right? With her, right?
Yeah, that's not going to happen.
But if you didn't have the baby, would you be okay with her leaving and you staying?
Her leaving and me staying?
Yeah, let's say she wanted to move away to another state with her folks, and you did not have a baby with her. Would you have any problem with her leaving?
No, I wouldn't have a problem at all. I don't have a problem even with the baby. I don't have a problem with her leaving because that's on her. I'm not telling her. I'm not forcing her to stay, saying, hey, stay with me, stay with me. I'm like, hey, if that's what you want to do, that's on you. But if we had no child, what I'm supposed to do about that? If she wants to leave with her family, that's I'm not gonna move with you. I'm not gonna drag myself with you. That's ridiculous.
Is she willing to leave your son with your child? Is it a girl or a boy?
You know, real men make boys first.
Real man make boys first.
Have a son.
So, will you be able to keep your son and let her go if you want to go?
Right.
So why not just do that? Don't think about marriage right now.
Yeah, that's what I've already told her, like, you know, he's a boy, so just if you decide you want to do that, just let me get my son, and you do whatever you want to do wherever you go. But as long as I have my son, at the end of the day, that's what's gonna make me happy. It's not really more so her.
And so, what did she say? What did she say about that?
Like I said, she said that, you know, she doesn't want to leave her son. She doesn't want to be away from our son as well. So,
but that doesn't mean she want to be with you. It's just that she doesn't want to leave her son with you.
Right. What I said, well, I asked her, I said, well, if I decided, hey, you could take my son and go to Arizona, and I just stayed back, I said, would you just do it? Would you just take and go? She was like, no, I wouldn't do that. So I asked her if I was okay with them going and taking my son, and she said I wouldn't do that.
When are they planning to move, the folks?
Somewhere around June or July.
Oh, here's what I recommend there. Right now, just keep quiet. Go find yourself an apartment. And don't overpay what you can't afford to pay, but only what you can afford. And get yourself an apartment, and you'll see the next thing to do.
Yes, sir.
But you got to get out of this house situation first. And
man, it's bad.
Yeah, I wouldn't prolong that. I would work on getting me a place that I could afford. And then before June or July comes, you can work it out with this woman, whatever meant to be will be. And you would see if she really going to stay and obey you or not. You would see the real deal.
Yeah, you're right. I will see the real deal. It's just a little bit weird that, you know, it's something like your mama or your family can intertwine with that, but, you know, that's just that spirit.
But, yeah, that's the way mothers are. They want to control because of the wickedness of their hearts. They want to control everything. And you got a mom and daughter situation there that it might not change unless you change, so you can see how to deal with it perfectly.
Right.
All right.
Well, I definitely appreciate the advice, Jesse.
So get yourself an apartment, a job. If you need to get a second job, get a second job and find yourself an apartment. No, it doesn't have to be big or fancy. It needs to be your own. And then you will see the next step to take. But you need to get out of there. That's your first step.
Yeah. Yes, sir. I definitely worked on it. Just wanted a house for my son. But I know that will come in due time. And who knows what the Lord willing, because I'm not in control of nothing. I don't know what the future holds. So
your son doesn't care about a house. He cares about being with his father. He'll be as happy with you in a one bedroom than he would in a big house.
I never thought of it that way, but yeah, you're right.
He just wants to be with his father.
As a dad, just me being a dad, just want the best. That's it.
Yeah, he doesn't care if it's a house or an apartment.
I have one more question. I know we've been talking for a while.
What?
Well,
Go ahead.
Not really a question, but a statement. I know it's off topic about this whole little flat Earth thing. And
flat Earth?
Yeah.
Are you a flat earther?
Yes, I am.
You believe it? But no wonder you're in this mess.
Man, I'm not a scientist. I'm black and slow. I didn't finish college, so I don't know all about the science and all the other stuff. But it's just kind of funny to me how they say the sun and the moon is out of space, and they say it's an illusion, and they say it's miles and miles and miles away. But I look outside at night, and I'm like, man, the moon looks like it's right there. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
It doesn't look like it's out of space. It's like it's right there.
But
that's
can
why
you
I say
touch it?
I mean, not that close, but
Can you
know,
reach out and touch the moon? That's right there.
Well, yeah, man, flat earther, man. I'm a flat earther, man.
But why are you flat earther? You're flat earther because it look like the moon right there?
No. I mean, I'll call you again on Bible Thumper, but God said that He called Earth dry land. So what we're walking on is just land. It's just flat. I mean, it's not like when people say the world is flat, they think of it like a pancake. They think of it like a snow globe. Like we're walking on land and it's flat.
And that's why.
And if you go up in the sky and you go high up and you on an airplane, you look down and you're looking down on Earth, it's flat.
But is it possible that it's flat for us, but bald for God?
Flat for us, but bald for God?
Yes.
I mean, I guess.
Uh-huh.
I guess.
Because you got to realize we're small and God is big.
Yeah.
So He made it flat so you can walk on it, man. What's up?
Yeah. One last question, Frogo. One last question.
Can you reach out and touch the moon that's right there?
No.
But you believe that Earth is flat. Look like you ought to just walk on the flat Earth and touch the round moon.
Hey, I watched one of your Rebuild the Man. I believe that's the channel.
Yes.
And you were saying that last question. I want to know. You said that black people were at once upon a time were believing in worshiping different gods.
What's wrong with the blacks?
Can I ask why would black people punish for that?
Because they turned away from God. This happened in Africa. They worship God, and then they decided for whatever reason they want to worship women. They want to worship cows and animals, and so they turned away from God to a phony God, and that's what destroyed them.
So would you say
and
that
if you know
maybe...
that black people worship the woman now as their God, and as a result, they can find no peace.
Well, that's because men don't follow the God of order, and that's why I kind of don't have a strong. We talked before about me having a strong connection with my family. It's earthly, but not spiritually, because they're being led by a woman apostle, and I don't agree with that.
Right.
And I'm always stand on that. So, but wouldn't you say that maybe that the black people are God's chosen people, since they're the ones that were believing in different gods and they got punished for it?
Well, anyone that turns away from God is. And it's not God that punishes them. It's the false God that punishes them. It's the same way that Eve turned away from her husband, Adam, and Satan became her God, and now she's being punished. Satan is punishing her. And in the same way, when Adam listened to the woman, now the woman punished the man. And so it's not God that's punishing them. It's their false gods that are punishing them.
Right.
Is your woman black or white?
She's mixed.
Mixed with what?
Black, and her dad is black and her mom is, I don't know. She's mixed with something, but her dad's black.
He black. All right. All right, Jerry. Listen, are you doing the silent prayer?
Oh, I'm not gonna lie. No, sir, I haven't.
What, suffer and die? What the?
Well, I'm not gonna lie to you. I pray, and I kind of just.
How do you pray?
I don't hoop and holler.
How do you pray?
I just sometimes I just look up to the sky and I just thank my Heavenly Father for giving me life, because to me that's all that matters. Nothing else really matters. None of the money, the materialistic things. I just pretty much just thank Him for giving me life. But
how is that working out for you?
Not so good right now, man.
Because in the life He's giving you, you catching hell. Do you thank Him for a hell of a life? You know what, God? Thank you for this hell of a life you've given me.
you crazy, man.
I recommend you do the silent prayer so God can take over and guide you.
Right.
All right.
And I'm going to work on this year. My resolution is to forgive my mother and dad.
You haven't done that yet?
No, I haven't done that yet.
What? No.
No,
what do you think? The earth is flat? And you can reach out and touch the moon.
That's my resolution, though, man. My mom definitely traumatized me.
Yeah.
Tried to keep me away from my dad. It was really bad. She traumatized me so bad. I never even thought of being with a black woman. That's how bad it was.
Jerry, you're not ready to be a husband yet. And to be honest, not even a father, but you're definitely not ready to be a husband. I would recommend, do what you want, that you got to work on you, man.
Yeah.
You need to overcome your mama. You need to forgive your father. You need to start living from the kingdom of heaven within. You're not ready to be a husband or a father, but I understand you want to take care of your baby since you haven't, but you're not ready yet, man. You're not ready for marriage at all.
Yeah. Yeah, you got a lot to work on.
You do. You got to work on you right now. Marriage will not work for you. That's why you're living with this woman. You're not ready to work on yourself and become a man yet.
Right.
And that woman gonna hate you for it.
For working on myself?
For if you do marry her in a father state like this.
Oh no, I would never do that. No.
Yeah, work on yourself, man. Start working on you.
Yes, sir.
Do the silent prayer. Forgive your mother. Forgive your father. Get yourself an apartment. And just take it one day at a time, all right?
Yes, sir. Thank you for the advice.
You're welcome, buddy. And may the grace of flat earth be with you.
All right, Jesse.
All right, buddy. Bye. Amazing. 888-775-3773. Let me go to Jaden, a first-time caller out of California. Jaden, welcome to the show. You're on the air.
I want to do dialogue with you about dead dogs, which is diminutive. It's your homie Jaden out of Oakland, California. I'm from Oakland. And I want to say, I paraphrase that you said on the White Boys podcast. I think it was a Gary and Dino show. You told Gary and Dino grieving over dead dogs is feminine. And I think that you were just telling stuff I didn't agree with. God took my pet pit bull Ox. He died last year, and motherfucker, the Ox ashes I put all over the Oakland dog park, so the ghost of my dog could play with other dogs. And I put tears all over my laminated forklift license lanyard, and I don't agree with you and what you said on the Gary and Dino show.
You cried over a dog?
Yeah, that was my boy. That was my boy. And
you cried. You cried real tears.
Well, I'm good now, but Jaden, that's me. That God took my dog. The superfluous love.
Hold on, Jaden. I'm gonna let Sean talk to you for a minute, just to make sure you're serious about what you're saying. But don't hang up. You waited for a while. I'll come back to you there. All right? Grace.
Well, it's pretty much break time, actually.
Oh, sure is. Let me take a quick break. I'll come back. The board is smoking. Happy New Year. I got to take a quick break. When I come back, your calls and super chats. I just want Jaden to lay out what he's saying because he's not clear as to what he's saying. Oh, the treasure chest is now open on D-Line. Back in a moment. Check out my book, For Race to Responsibility. I show you how I was able to overcome anger. the spirit of anger was taken away from me. I had it. And as a result of having anger, I was insecure. I had doubt, worry, fear. I was in a fallen state and didn't know it. And it wasn't until I went and forgave my mother, who tried to turn me away from my father. I forgave my father for not being there and returned back to him. My spirit connected with his spirit, and through him, I was able to return to God. And I have perfect peace. Perfect love casts out anger. And when anger is gone, fear and doubt, worry, insecurity, suicidal thoughts, all of that is gone. And you are free. Amazon.com, Barnes & Noble, or if you want an autographed copy, you can go to my website at rebuildingtheman.com or call 800-411-BOND. So, welcome back, 888-77-53773. The Hake Report is coming up at the top of this hour. First show for 2024, and he is on fire. He didn't go to San Quentin for nothing. James Hake is on fire. He didn't go to San Quentin. I thought he might go, but he didn't. And after the Hake Report, Joel Friday TV, he black. Some good news coming up about that as well as we move forward here. And then after Joel Friday TV at 12 noon, the American Anchor Baby, you can't hide. You committed. Mexican pride. The American Anchor Baby at 12 noon today, all right? And we're going to get to all the super chats in a minute. Joel Friday and Sean is coming in to the studio. You just got to say hello. Thank y'all. Welcome back. Real fast, a friend of mine sent me something. I don't know if it's true or not. But one of my good friends texted me this. And it says, all gender restroom. SEA priority, equity, diversity, and inclusion. This all-gender restroom is a safe place, a safe space for you, regardless of gender identity. Each stall is private. I guess that means even if whatever gender, y'all can be in there at the same time. Each stall is private. I thought stalls were already private. The sinks and grooming areas are shared spaces. Thank you for respecting others, SEA. And so apparently, this friend of mine says, my brother sent this to me. Are you kidding me? I'm at Seattle Airport. So apparently at Seattle Airport, they have restrooms now for everybody at one time. The same restroom. And the stalls are private. Are stalls always private?
I didn't follow that. I didn't follow what he was saying.
They have
stalls
Huh?
Right, stalls are supposed to be private.
They have, in Seattle, Washington, if this is true, they have an all-gender restroom now at the airport.
Well, they have all gender restrooms all over the place. I mean, at the airport might be unique, but they have all gender restrooms.
But this is sound like you can go in there. Everybody can be in there at the same time. The men, the women, the drag queens.
It might be just one. It might just be one stall. Multiple ones that are all gender.
I don't know.
That'll be crazy.
I'll look into it. Maybe we'll do a story on it.
Yeah, I don't know. Let me. Thank you, my friend. Well, it's not clear. We have to look into it. Let me finish up with Jaden, and then we'll talk to you guys for a minute. Hey, Jaden.
Judge, I just want to say sorry that tears messed up my enunciation when I was trying to say superfluous, but I heard you on Gary and Dino show.
Right, so you said that, but because of time, you're telling me that you had a dog and the dog died and you cried.
Yeah, and I think you were wrong because it's a blessing from Jesus, and and I want to say don't be stupid because them and also that angel Gabriel looks like the punk bitch Pilgrim Quaker Oats.
Oh man, bye. I thought you said he was gonna be nice.
Yep.
Okay. Let me take Grace real fast from Rhode Island. There's a line open, 888-77-53773. That man's still crying over his dog. Grace, out of Rhode Island. You're on the air. Oh, hold on. Oh, hold on, Grace. Grace, there you go.
Hi.
Hey, Grace.
Happy New Year. How you doing?
All this well. Happy New Year, Grace. Have you ever eaten pig feet?
Have I ever what?
Have you ever had pig feet, hog feet before?
Pete feet?
Pig, P-I-G.
Oh. Pig what? I'm sorry, what?
Feet.
Pig Pete. No.
I don't think white people eat that kind of food. It's just for the blacks. But
I never had oxtail either.
Really? Yeah, it's black.
I'm very white. But
she white.
I had a question. I called in a few months ago, and I was calling about. I was asking you if you thought I had forgiven my mother because I told you a story. It's a long story, but basically, she got very upset when me and my dad became friends when I was about 15, and she ended up accusing me of doing incest with him and stuff like that.
Oh, hold on,
and
Grace. Hold on, 1 minute. Hold on. Okay, Grace, go ahead.
So that's what I told you, and you said it sounded like I had forgiven my mother, but then I asked you if it was okay for me to live with my dad, and you were like, it's okay for you to live with your dad, but you just got to be real with him and talk about real issues and otherwise work on yourself.
Yes.
So that didn't end up working out, and he kind of took off. He kind of left because I was like too crazy to be around.
Right.
And I understand that, but I had a question for you. I was thinking about it, and I think the reason that I was so crazy about my dad is because I'm the oldest of 6 kids, right?
Okay.
And so when my mother turned against my father, she kind of got the other 5 kids on her side.
Right.
And me, as the oldest sister, I've always felt like sort of their secondary mom in a way. And in a lot of ways, like, you know, my mom asked me to cook and clean and take care of them when I was a kid, like, you know, really put me in the sort of like substitute mom's shoes. So I kind of developed that bond with them.
That's evil for her to do that.
Yes, it is evil. And I think it sort of tortured me, the fact that, you know, I've tried my best to sort of like forgive her and help my dad. But they are like, you know, that sort of like older sibling feeling of like that they're confused, and she won't even let me see them anymore because her and my dad are split up and she got a restraining order against him. She won't let me see them. She'll barely let me communicate with them. The youngest one is 11. But I think I was just really caught in the middle because I kind of felt that like motherly love towards my siblings. And I felt like I had to help them kind of come around and see that my mom, that they had to forgive her and like get away from her because she was like, you know, abusing them, and it was wrong for her to turn them against my dad. But I think I was also angry at the fact that I was being like, that I felt like I had to be their mother, their real mother, and like help them out of the situation. Anyways, I don't know, it's just like a mess, but I was just wondering if you had any advice for like the oldest sibling who can see that their siblings are in trouble or having a hard time, but also doesn't want to like act like their mom. Sorry, that's a lot.
You got to work on you and let them suffer. There's nothing you can do about your father, your mother, your brother, your sister, you got to pull away now and just do the silent prayer. When the anger come up, let it pass, and watch those thoughts and work on you. And if it meant for you to help them in any way and in the right way, God would allow you to see that. But you can't help other people. You can't even help yourself. That's how you have to work on yourself. So real help can come for you. But you need to move on now and leave everybody else alone.
Okay, can I just ask you like one quick follow-up question?
Yes.
So like if my sister, she's 14, or my brother who's 11, right? If they text me, they live with my mother. If they text me, because they do this, and they'll say like, it's crazy with mom, she's acting crazy. What do you suggest I do about that? Because I feel bad.
Just say I told you to stop being angry at her. Don't be angry. Speak up, but don't be angry. And that way you won't be affected by her. There's nothing else you can do. Those are not your children. You're not the savior. And feeling bad is playing God. You shouldn't just let them go. But if they ask you a question, of course tell them not to be angry. Speak up, but don't be angry. She can't help herself. But that's about it, and nothing else you can do.
Okay, so like that impulse to be so that's like playing God. I understand. Like I'm angry at it, like I don't want to be their mother. I've been sort of like
right. That's when you need to move on.
Their mother.
Just say I'm not your mother, but I'm telling you to forgive her and move on with your life. You need to work on you so you can overcome evil. Anger is evil.
All right.
Are you doing the silent prayer every morning and night?
I am not, to be honest.
What's suffering then? What?
Well, I can tell you
how
why.
You going to help somebody else? You're not even working on yourself.
I can tell you why.
There's no reason for Nope.
Okay.
You listen to the devil.
But I'm afraid that if I do a silent prayer, if I sit there and I'm silent and I'm afraid that I will like communicate with the devil and not with God. Do you know what I mean? Like I don't think I'm strong enough to be silent. And
but you're not communicating with God. Otherwise, you're not communicating with God at all. You're only communicating with the devil.
I should pray more, but sometimes I pray the Lord's Prayer because I'm a Catholic. I'm not opposed to the silent prayer. I'm genuinely like I'm not faking it. If I'm sitting alone for 15 minutes in silence, I'm afraid that I would get like anxious and neurotic and start like the devil would get into me. Like,
but the devil's already in you, and you're already anxious and neurotic.
That is true. That's just called being a white girl.
But do what you want, Grace, and I got to run because of time here. But I highly recommend, if you want to do the little fake prayer to God, keep doing it. But be still so you can overcome the thoughts. You're living in your thoughts. You're living with the devil and calling him God.
Okay. All right. Thank you, Jesse. Thank you for taking my call.
But you got to do the prayer, Grace.
Okay.
But don't do it until you're ready.
I think it's a little easier for you because you're a man to do the prayer.
No, the devil treats everybody. No, the devil treats everybody the same.
Okay.
All right.
Okay.
I wish you well, Grace.
Thanks. You too. Bye-bye.
Right. Bye now. That's amazing. So I got to do this real fast. Sean, my producer's back, and when the expert's here, and Joel, he's back. He's back, and the expert here. Sean went Hudson for deers. Oh, my dear.
I did.
And what was that like for you? I think that's the most exciting trip you can ever take.
It was amazing. It was 29 degrees, windy, and beautiful. Wet and snowy and beautiful. I didn't hunt for very long, just one day. I didn't even see a deer. That's what it's like most of the time.
Right. You have to hang out there.
Yeah.
Because they have these little hut things that you stay in, right?
Yeah.
And then you put weeds over, bushes over, trees over, so the deer can't see you.
Right. That's called a ground blind.
Why you only did it for once? One day?
Because of the weather, the conditions, and I just wanted to, spend time with my family, and I had to split up my time between things I wanted to do.
So you gone for 2 weeks, and you gonna only hunt one day?
Yeah. Yeah, and the hunting season was split up, so I could only hunt for a certain block of time.
Amazing. How was your trip and everything? How was your Christmas and New Year's and all that?
It was amazing. It was really, really fun, relaxing. It was great to be back in New Jersey, see everybody, friends, family.
Nice.
It was a really, really special.
Have you ever eaten pig feet?
I have not.
Oh, man.
I haven't lived, apparently.
We got to get some pig feet for you.
Yeah, I'll do it.
Amazing. Once you go black. Well, Happy New Year, man.
Thanks.
Joel, he black. I'm sure you had pig feet.
Yeah, but I had pig feet in another country. It wasn't even here with black people.
Well, where you have it at?
In China.
I mean, where did you have it? Not where you have it at. Where did you have it?
In China. I think
in
it was
China?
I think it was pig feet.
I wouldn't take that risk about you. Those were rats.
It was weird. It may be.
You had rat feet.
Dog feet.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm
you
not
had
sure.
dog feet.
It was weird. Tasted weird too.
Wow. What were you doing in China?
A long time ago, I had like a dance gig out there. So I would like dance with like background for the Chinese popular artists over there, and they would just take us to these restaurants and try all these new things. And I tried duck and shark lip soup, and I was like, let me just be adventurous.
Shark fin.
Not chopped lips.
No,
It was shark lip?
It was shark lip.
Oh.
And it tastes like
Shark
a gummy.
don't have lips.
It tastes like a gummy bear. That's what they called it, at least. It could have been fin.
It tastes like a gummy bear. Are you 3 years old or something?
That's how a gummy it was.
Wow.
It tastes like a lip.
Delectable. Delicacy.
I still drink milk.
You drink milk?
So I might be 3 years old.
Are you 7?
Nobody will stop me, though, ever.
You drinking milk? And so did you have a good one?
Yeah. Oh, a good break?
Yeah.
Yeah, it was good. I enjoyed it. It was definitely not as eventful as Nick and Sean's.
Yeah.
But yeah, it was nice.
Amazing. So you had shot lips?
No. No. But I did have a great Christmas.
Nice.
Yep.
Your people like you, Joe?
Yeah.
They don't like you.
I go over there and hang out for a little while.
I'm playing with Joel people. Y'all like him.
No, we have fun for a little while. We hang out and then leave.
Shots have lips, right? They don't have beeps, right? That's from Hake. From the Chinese
Tastes like a
people
lip.
in Monterey Park. My friend said one bathroom, speaking of the bathroom at the airport in Seattle, wherever. Yeah, Seattle airport. One bathroom for both the men and women. They use the same restroom. They do have some other traditional restroom, but he had to walk down a way to get to it.
It still doesn't answer the question if it's like one at a time, because if it's one at a time, we see that everywhere.
My friend, is it one at a time, or does everybody go in there at the same time?
There you go.
Because I see the one at the time.
Yeah.
thing.
But if everybody at one time, then the country has really gone somewhere.
Yeah, the drag queen line was to the right, to the left, and the normal line was to the right. Anyway, I can't say no more. Yes, Sean, last word.
Do you have a New Year's resolution?
No.
No?
You?
Yeah.
What?
I want to say I don't know more often.
Well, I just don't know what you mean. Okay.
Yeah.
And yours?
I'm going to make one up right now, even though, and it has to do with my show that I'm talking about today, but to like surrender to nothing. That's mine.
Want for nothing?
Surrender.
Surrender to nothing.
Yeah, same thing. Yeah.
Nice. You have one, what's that boy name? Anchor
Nico.
Baby.
That's Nick.
Anchor Baby.
No.
No. You just going to drink
I ain't
milk.
gonna do that.
Drinking milk.
Hey, come, let's do the super chats real fast. Thank you, guys.
Yeah.
Welcome back.
Thank you.
Joe Friday coming up at 11, so y'all going to hear more from him
Yeah.
at
Thank
11
you.
a.m. Joel Friday TV. Amazing. Super chat.
Super chat.
Super chats.
Oops.
All right. Man, I'm so confused now. What the heck? Oh, he did it backward. He did it messed up.
Want to do them late? Want me to take a call or something?
If you want, go for it.
Do we have time?
Yeah, you have time to take a call.
Okay.
I did find them.
Okay.
The Key bought 5 coffees. Star Sion sounds quite, quote unquote, savory. I disavow. Jesse, you should taste and... What in the world? Then you can describe what savory means with the peanut butter.
I remember going up to San Francisco. We went to a winery place where you sip wine and taste wine.
Yeah.
And they would pour it in the glass and they would explain it. And they were like, when you're drinking, just don't swallow it right away. Just savor it. That's what I thought savory meant.
You savor is a verb. Savory is an adjective or a noun or something like that.
Well, thank you, English teacher. Well, thank you.
Ree Nesio bought our coffee. Happy New Year, Jesse and crew. I had some flan this weekend. So good, I dug up a few mamas just to slap them.
Amazing. What is flan?
Flan is a Mexican dessert.
Nice. Thank you. Amazing.
Justin Childers bought a coffee. Jesse, I know some preppers, and they seem to have the spirit of fear. Is it wrong for them to have years of food stored up, a backyard bunker in case something happens? Seems like they are serving thoughts about a non-existent future.
I don't call it wrong. I just call it insane.
WD.
By the way, thank you. By the way, Prep Ham Paul, a monthly Rumble supporter, super chatter, met you on a flight some time back. I think I remember that. Me as a new person.
Nice. Right on.
Thank you, Prep Ham Paul.
WD41 donated a Ninja Guinea. 2024. Let's go!
Get ready. It's going to be a bumpy ride.
Shout out to the top contributors, WD41, Maverick, something Zealous, something, Games for Rec, Kid Combo 1.0, Diane D, and Wolf336. Thank you guys for the support. And let me just double check for any last coffees. Riley JM says, JLP, looks like you forgot to put on a shirt today. LOL. Lots of laughs.
I have on a brown shirt. It matches my skin color.
Right.
Thank you.
Happy New Year, Trump 2024.
It's going to be a bumpy ride. That's for sure.
Nice. And then, who says something? Thank you, guys. That's all for now.
Thank you. Appreciate it. Thank you. Jaime from Minnesota. Jamie.
Hey, how's it going?
All is well. You're on the air.
Hey, I just wanted to call, let you know that I had a son. My wife was pregnant, and she birthed the baby a couple weeks ago.
Congrats. Your first child?
Yes, our first child for both of us, yeah.
Real men make boys first. Congratulations, man. What the?
Thanks.
Congratulations.
Yeah. 10 pounds, 10 ounces.
Big baby.
Yeah.
That is from the old school, man. We need that. Right on.
Yeah, she's Dutch and I'm Spanish from Spain.
Right on.
So the boy came out white.
Oh, amazing. We need white babies. Congratulations, Jamie. Many, many more.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. We're going to do a few more, maybe.
Right on.
But your one caller, I thought the caller with the girlfriend and living at that house and stuff.
Right.
I think you gave them the good advice. That I think I was going to say that, too.
Yeah.
You got to work on yourself.
Right. He really got to work. He's not ready for marriage at this point.
Right.
Amazing. Thank you, man, and congratulations again, all right?
All right. Thanks.
Okay. Amazing. I am so out of time, folks. Happy New Year. Welcome back. We are back on fire. And I hope you are as well. But you got to work on yourself. I recommend it. You don't have to. You should stay in your hell. Because most people love their hell. They love their feelings. They love the thrill of hell. and they call it good. It's up to you. Do the silent prayer, forgive your mother, forgive your father, and God will take over. The truth will take over, the light inside of you. The kingdom of heaven is in you. And in order to live, the not you, must die. The old spirit of the devil is evil. Juan from Washington State and all the other callers that are dropping. I'll be back tomorrow. The Lord is willing and the creek don't rise. The Hake report is coming up now. The first Hake report for 2024. And then at 11 a.m., Joel Friday TV, he be like, at 12 noon, the American Anchor Baby. He can't hide. The American Anchor Baby. Have a good one, folks. Thank you for your super chats and all those things. And take care. We'll be back tomorrow if the Lord is willing. And the creek don't rise. Take care now.
Check. I had to get on the track one time. Joel Friday here. Check. Look. Stand up, we got fighting to do. We gotta show him who boss. He put a Viking in you. He put that lightning in you. Igniting the truth. But you beg and blame and lie and hate and never wanna stand for the truth. So what you planning to do? You understanding the loop? You better go talk to your mama. Better stop at the drama. Better drop all the trauma. Boy, you better stand up and up. Put your hand up and hut. Cause if you don't, then we lose. And then we gotta hear the fake news. Whoa. So you get something went wrong, right? Face the truth about yourself and just seek first God's kingdom, cause I know we can find a way. I know we can find a way. You must know that so you get something went wrong, right?
Check out my book, For Raised to Responsibility. I show you how I was able to overcome anger. The spirit of anger was taken away from me. I had it. And as a result of having anger, I was insecure. I had doubt, worry, fear. I was in a fallen state and didn't know it. And it wasn't until I went and forgave my mother who tried to turn me away from my father. I forgave my father for not being there and returned back to him. My spirit connected with his spirit, and through him, I was able to return to God. And I have perfect peace. Perfect love casts out anger. And when anger is gone, fear and doubt, worry, insecurity, suicidal thoughts, all of that is gone. And you are free. Amazon.com, Barnes & Noble, or if you want an autographed copy, you can go to my website at rebuildingtheman.com or call 800-411-BOND.
I just wanted to say that I've been listening to you for a few years now, and when you talk about the illusion of racism and how it's just a divisive tool that the media uses, and it's just good and evil.
Yes.
And that's what we got to focus on. It really has changed my life. My perspective is totally different now. I'm more calm. I'm more peaceful. You know, when you talk about forgiving your mother and then you go with that hate, and it just transforms you. So I just want to thank you for that and let you know that, you really are doing God's work by waking people up with this message.
Amazing, Aaron. Thank you, man. I appreciate that. Sure. I can hear the angels in heaven singing right now. They're rejoicing. That's amazing. Stay with the silent prayer. Speak up, don't resent, and doubt every thought. And Aaron, you have not seen anything.